Hello, and welcome to D4, where I, Dustin,
And I, Devin, codium a 5th edition game of Dungeons.
and Dragons.
Woo!
Without gremlins.
Woo!
We're back in studio. Yep. Ian's back. We got our technical director. We're good. Devin can't mess it up this time.
Exactly. But we have our returning guest, HTT Paladin, continuing to join the table remotely as he continues on with Brunschlager, a fighter, a mystery man, a telepath, a friend?
He also is about to launch his sequel to Polyhedral, a TTRPG interview book with Polyhedral B-sides and late nights. Keep your eyes open and ready for it launching next week on BackerKit, and be sure to tune in to our intermission for a very special trailer.
Yes. It is episode 190, and it is the episode before I leave for LA and Wasteland weekend for a few weeks. I will miss you all. But in the meantime, Dustin will run a regular episode next week all by himself. Good luck. And then following that, we'll have a special canonical one-shot that he will be running as well that some of our patron viewers might realize a connection and things like that. Yeah.
Quite possible.
And that leads into like, hey, if you want to join Patreon, then we have this really cool tier that you can get a private game from one of us and play in our games.
But there's a new TikTok challenge out now. Have you heard about this? I think it's going to go viral. It's called the #Velvet Lodge Challenge. From what I've seen, there are 3 different versions. The first I saw was people going out and hunting monsters and cryptids, one exploring old esoteric lodges and buildings with haunting tales, and the third is one that seems to happen after doing one of those, and it's called #Mystery Box Challenge.
Yeah, I think I saw that. At first, people didn't think it was connected until everyone noticed that it was all the same people that did the first 2 challenges that ended up getting these mysterious dark chests that arrived at their house. Rumor has it weird things started happening, like electrical problems, strange plumbing sounds with thick brackish water that came out like an ooze. There was a sudden increase in vermin and rodents, and strange fires started happening in their houses.
So we don't advise doing the TikTok challenge, but if you want a safe way to enjoy the fear, then head over to our YouTube channel at ElderEyeInt to watch all 7 episodes of The Velvet Lodge, or find it wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
And you know what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That is, unless you reanimate it from the graveyard or flicker it from exile. You can shock the land by changing locations this coming weekend and going out to MagicCon in Las Vegas. Pay 2. And summon yourself onto the battleground of the dealer's hall and find a Grinko's Horde of Goblins from Beetle and Grimm's, where they will be selling a lot of their exclusive Magic the Gathering themed merch from Kamigawa, Phyrexia, and possibly the upcoming Eldraine set.
It's true. It's also Krenko.
Krenko, yeah, I play very occasionally.
I know. It's so good. But also be sure to check out Die Hard Dice, a wonderful sponsor who makes some of our click claps. I think there's only like 1 character left of our D4 character set, but also be on the lookout as we might have something else coming out with them soon. Yeah, quite possibly.
We mentioned it a long time ago, but it's finally coming to fruition. So keep your eyes out on Die Hard Dice and order sets and things like that.
Check them out. But yeah.
Oh, I thought y'all were just like skating through, doing your own thing.
Goblin's stuck in traffic, so I had to do that. It should be coming in real hot.
So anyway, D&DBeyond.com is a fantastic site to manage your character sheets and get all of your books and share them with your team. Right now they have a guide for running the first chapter of Phandelver and Below, the Shattered Obelisk. If you're like me and opened Phandelver and went, that's a lot. This is actually a fantastic guide that, can get you started with it and kind of kickstart it for you. So yeah, DNDBeyond.com.
Behold, it is I, Elden Kevin, deeply tired from very little sleep over the course of an entire weekend, here to tell you about Eldritch Foundry, the best place to get your miniatures for your table. And they're there, and you can have them yourself if you want them by going to Eldritch Foundry and making them. They're awesome character creator. What's that? You have a super cool a super cool character with a fantastic pose where they're hanging off of something like a wall or like a pillar or like the mast of a ship with a tentacle wrapped around it, or the head of a dragon with is that a ladder? No, it's just the jaw. You can have that at your table by going down this boundary and using one of the new epic poses where you can have your character hanging off of stuff. And Elden Kevin guarantees you will look 10 times more epic than you normally do. And if you notice that Elden Kevin's voice is not so great, it's because his mom cursed him, so he couldn't yell from the basement as much. Put hashtag Elden in the chat for your chance to win your own Elden Foundry miniature. Or put D4D&D into the code and get 15% off with my Elder's Power. I'm crying. You must do this now. Kevin is not playing around. He would come to your home, no sleep or not, and force you to do this with his Eldritch Power. Or you can do it yourself if you feel like. Kevin doesn't feel like moving. He's very tired. His bones creak.
Oh my god.
Coming in like a goblin.
Hi, how you doing? Hey, let me tell you about Die Hard Dice.
Listen, dear, they've already talked about your dice. It was very amusing, and it's my turn now. Oh, hello, Astarion here. I know I look a little different, but sometimes the character creator gets ahead of you, and you just have to do things. I know you've been having fun with me in Idle Champions. I know you always want to have me on the top or the bottom. Either way, I'll buff those people. I'll buff those champions. But you only have a little while longer if you want to get me in your formation. That's right. Go on to Idle Champions and unlock me. Because honestly, without me in your formation, what are you doing? Our little chest code, because I always come with gifts, is dedicated to me after all. I mean, everyone loves a little bite, and so why not a little chew? What's that? Clue? That's not what I ordered. What are you talking about? Oh, well, still, go get me in the game. I'm awesome.
Gail's hotter. What?
Please go to therapy.
If you'd like to go to therapy, you can also buy the Psyche, the Amethyst Dragon Familiar, who is available right now in Idle Champions. All the net proceeds until Wednesday of Psyche Familiar purchases will go to Take This, which is an amazing organization that helps promote positive mental health in the gaming community. So positive that Astarion was kicked out of my brain, and I'm back now.
And without further ado, let us immerse ourselves
Into the Chronicles of D4.
Immerse!
Hello, and welcome back.
Last time on Discussing Duty with a Determined Drifter, the party willingly followed the stranger they had just helped possibly save, while quietly questioning why they found him in such a predicament in the first place. He seemed to have some knowledge of the area as he led them to a collapsed opening into the ancient halls of catacombs that filled the ground below the city. And what they found in the ground was a hidden chapel dedicated to the Zentarum hideout after they turned into a cult following the son of Bane, calling themselves Iactu's Sons. Through a holy prayer and finding out that Brunschlager knew Vinley, realized that this was one of the locations for the sect of Bane Knights charged with watching over the island that Borum, an entity known as the Boiling Mud, was imprisoned by the Jathaman dagger stabbed into its heart.
As the night drew to a close and learning that there was no magical backfire in this area, Orkira used Greater Restoration to turn herself from a shark-like Locath back to her golden dragonborn form. Karina, at the time, decided to speak with Simone, her raven familiar, to possibly glean some information from the death of those that once called this destroyed metropolis home.
We decided you were like this close to each other, just staring.
Yes. That's how it happens.
They then split into watches through the night, with Petunia and Harold talking about their newly acquired adventurer. Orkira and Seisha talked about the Phoenix and what it means to lose a connection to a god. And then Seisha opted to forego a long rest to make sure their new friend was not left alone on his watch.
To murder us in the dead of night.
What started as a precaution to ensure safety quickly turned into a bonding moment as they discussed many deep core moments of their lives that had given them direction, changed who they are, and what their goals were. Brunschlager explained the story of why he is hunting his nephew, and Seisha why she is hunting George Forsworn. The next morning, the group awakens with Brunschlager giving a militant barrack yell before they all leave the catacombs to find the ruins of the city bathed in the morning light. Seisha tested the effects of the magic, which backfired and caused a blinding fog to pour from every orifice.
Sweet.
It was, yeah.
Including the butt.
Every orifice.
Hey, they're not good effects. Once the effect ended, the group emerged from the fog to find a few dozen people meandering about the city. They were standoffish and afraid at the sight of Brunschlager, but when confronted, it was explained through poor communication of broken common and or primordial. Brunschlager had offered himself up as a sacrifice to the Tideborn the day before. It was a trade he didn't fully understand he agreed to because of a language barrier in exchange for where to find a hobgoblin he seemed interested in, as the hobgoblin was the last sacrifice they made 10 days ago.
As Harold calmed the situation, aided by Petunia's magics for better translation, Brunschlager and Petunia looked into the arcane scars left on the ruins of the city, noticed by Seisha to cause the magical backfiring the night before. When they focused their mind, the esoteric deep speech radiating from the scars transfixed their minds to another time and place where they saw visions of the city being vaporized by an arcane beam cannon as they witnessed from the eyes of another the moment Xifu destroyed this city.
They then met with a water genasi known as Lady Aquaria Coralheart. She seemed to be a leader of sorts for this town, although not appointed or elected or signified in any way, as this is a ragtag group of people just surviving amongst the detritus that now is this former metropolis. And as they venture forth to gather more information, they see Karina wander off, noticing something that reminds her of home as she walks towards the dock and joins a turtle that seems to be ready to gather fish for the day. But as they venture off, Petunia and Brunschlager, once again, their mind called to the esoteric scarring on the ruinous floor, as their mind transfixes to another time and place once again. Let me see, I forget which that one was. As they noticed the black flying obelisk of Xifu floating above the city once more, ages passed, years gone by, as the ruins look to be overgrown, much like they are currently. And there is a surge of arcane energy that courses up from the city in the mark of a cerulean blue tree. And it is from this attack from the city that you see Xifu become damaged and begin falling into the waves and sea of the Sea of Fallen Stars. But as that happens, their mind is so connected with those from the past. You watch as Brunschlager and Petunia themselves run in horror away from the group, screaming before their mind comes to. Another thing that you have all noticed that I forgot to put into the descriptions is every person that lives here seems to be afflicted by some sort of mutation or disfigurement. You notice that the man that confronted you seemed to have vitiligo, but instead of a discoloration of skin, it was tryptophobia, holes that covered patches. You've seen people with numerous limbs or appendages. You've seen people whose eyes are polyocular. There will be multiple irises in one eye, and just a bunch of things that seem to be a little strange about the people here.
So this is kind of like, as a relation example, like Leela's town from Futurama, where just like each person there had some kind of random mutation. There's nothing connecting them.
There is something connecting.
Well, I mean, like it's not like we're seeing repeats. It's like that town of Leela's where it was like all the mutants were unique.
You do see some overlaps.
Okay.
It's not every single person has their own identifying marker.
Yeah, so it could be. It's just you get the sense that it's definitely something related. I mean, this town has been touched by the far realm, and it's evident.
It's more like there's not a common mutation that hits all of them. It's just everyone is varying in their own ways.
I'm picturing it's kind of like real world, how people may have a in an area like Aaron Brockovich, where everybody was getting cancer, but they were different kinds. Yeah.
We're two old white ladies. We know that movie.
And just so everybody knows, the visions that Petunia and Brunschlager saw gave explanation to the many deaths that Karina saw, as the only thing that she could get was hundreds and hundreds of endings of lives as they saw a purplish flash of light before being vaporized or feeling that their skin was being mutated.
Would the flash have been similar to what I saw before I got yoinked here?
I would not say, because timeline wise it wouldn't match.
No, but is she
it
like
similar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Similar, yes. Is it the exact
That's why
same?
Karina's dissociating with a turtle right now.
I'll put the clarification. It is not the exact same.
Yeah, but close
similar.
enough.
Similar to be like, oh, I recognize that type of destruction.
That was what I was getting at.
Very much so.
Okay.
But as Petunia and Brunschlager run off, and Karina is off with a turtle, and the rest of you are speaking with Lady Coralheart. What are you all?
Yeah, and I'll remind you that like Brunschlager and Petunia were running off as they were having the vision. Once they come back to themselves, they're no longer still running.
Yeah.
They have since
Just
like
keep
it's like
running.
that. Oh, I am not in that body of someone else anymore, and they are within their own mind once again.
Yes.
I feel like as soon as they would have taken off, there's that moment where Orkira will make eye contact with Harold and go, you get Petunia, and then I'll just fly after Broomschlager. And I don't know if that means that you'll come to a stop and then Dragonborn's just right there, but yeah, I'll fly after you. You might actually be faster than me.
It's like those comedic movies where he stops and you just barrel over him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a wild guess, considering who you are and what you're doing. You might actually be faster than me, so.
How fast are you?
My fly speed is 50 feet.
Why would you ever assume I'm faster than you?
Because you do all sorts of stuff and then flew, so I just assumed you were,
You're cool.
Well,
Who said I fly? Who said I flew?
Well, Orkira thinks you flew because of the fight that we just had. Anyway, yeah, she'll come to a stop and be you okay?
Where did everyone else go? Where did Petunia go?
Well, you ran away from all of us from over there.
I don't run away. What?
Okay, you ran towards something in this direction.
Where is the one who casts tongues and the eyes? Petunia?
She ran towards something in a very different direction.
You just hear, I'm in here. There's just like a pile of like rubble that she just ended up running into and falling into, and you ran past her.
Petunia?
I'm here. Can you help me out?
Yeah. And I'm gonna reach in and just kind of. All right, there you go. Found her.
I'm just standing next to Lady Coralheart watching all this and just kind of turn to look at her to see how she's reacting.
Your passive insight, because I know it's pretty good, picks up that there is concern and confusion, but not fully, not like I've never seen this before, but kind of like, and she'll speak up and say, make sure your friends are all right. Make sure their mind is theirs.
We've been facing a lot of creatures from the far realms. We're used to having to double check everybody's all there.
Then you will find much of that here.
I understand that this area is plagued with the far realms.
You see that word kind of like stings.
I'm sorry?
We did not think of this infection.
I didn't mean on you, I meant the area. We've seen the etchings on the ground. We know what's in the water to an extent. I should say we know who's in the water. But unfortunately, that's about the extent of what we know of this area.
As I said, there are probably many people you should talk to. But as I said, and she'll wait for the majority of you to return. I am Lady Aquaria Coralheart. I am not a leader, but they look to me as one. I think it is because of my past. I was once part of an organization called the Firestorm Cabal. I was a mercenary within a sect of specialized in hunting wild magic phenomena. You know, things that taint the weave and scars that echo out for a long time after being tainted by the Abyss, Limbo, Far Realm, Feywild, Lower Planes, Shadow, of that such. I would not advise casting magic.
We have encountered difficulty in doing so.
Yeah.
Whose etchings are these?
These are not etchings, they're scars.
Oh.
An energy burned into the ground from the stories I hear. I came long after. I've only been here for maybe 10 years. But anyways, we followed orders from Queen Arathane, ruler of Akanul. It's the country you currently find yourselves upon, and many of the Cabal did her dirty work. You see, Brasune was once the capital of this nation, when many of the Genasi, much like myself, of Abir found themselves in a new yet familiar world and built Brasune up from the groundwork of Reth. Many people have now come accustomed to recalling it Reth because as the world learns more about the splittings, the sunderings of worlds, Brasune is an echo, a mirror. So,
a mirror of. Are you saying a actual
if there's
supernatural mirror?
No. If there's a city on Abir,
Yes.
it would be Reth of Toril. So that is why
Yes.
we've reclaimed the name of Reth now.
I understand.
The capital currently of Akanul is Erspur, just to the east of here. Over those mountains and she'll point. It was created when the very few survivors fled there for refuge after the fall of Brasune, when it was destroyed by the Elder Slime Lord god. Anyways, I was sent here to investigate the wild magic that comes from this place, and over the last 10 years it seems to have afflicted me as well.
And you watch as she removes her hood and turns around as you look upon a twisted face protruding and deformed in the back of her head, as it constantly and incessantly whispers a gibbering, haunting tone that you can feel start to cause confusion before she wraps her head up in the hood once again.
Does that affect you as well?
I hear its whisperings constantly. It tugs at my mind, and I would like to say no, it does not affect me. But I know that is a lie.
Did you cast something and that's when it happened, or did something else make that happen?
Casting will cause things to happen more rapidly, but that is all I know. I don't know exactly what caused it. As I said, casting magic here, and the longer you stay here, the more it affects you.
How long does it generally take for someone to begin being affected? Is it as soon as you enter the town, or is it a prolonged exposure?
I think it's the longer you stay here, it slowly
Got it.
affects. I mean, because it did not happen to me as soon as I walked into, and it obviously has not happened to you. At least,
Or Kira looks uncomfortable but doesn't say anything.
at least from my eyes, it does not seem to affect you. But sadly, none here have the means to find new homes. Others do not wish to leave the only place they know, and worst is, even if the first two reasons did not exist, because of our afflictions, they would most likely not be welcomed anywhere. I came here to do my job, and after losing my wife to an attack on Airspur by a cult that worships an Elder Eye, something you mentioned, they were sent there to retrieve some sentient crystal. I assume it is tied to whatever the locals here call the Elder One, or Elder Slime Lord. Anyways, I help.
Elder Slime Lord.
This is what they say. Again, talk to them, maybe.
Is there someone here who's familiar with it that would be a good person to talk to?
There are a few, and she'll give you some names.
Okay.
Quincy Delarouche. He is a historian and teacher for children. Thaddeus Gormund. He is one of our hunter-gatherers, but he has been here for a while.
Does he go into the water?
No, that would be Aurenia Saltshell. Your friend seems to be talking to them currently.
Perfect.
That is our main fisher. And then Zephyrian Stormrider. But I'm sure if you go looking, you might find more other information. I do not interrogate these people. I just try to help them.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know stories I've heard from my times being here.
It's incredibly helpful. Thank you.
But anyways, like I said, yeah, I help them survive, and we hide away in the catacombs at night, offering up sacrifices until we find a solution of stopping the raids that come every day.
Raids that come every day.
They walk onto the shore every night, but as long as we make offerings and you can probably find more information about that from others. For as long as they've been doing it, for the past 10 years, it seems we may have had only one hiccup, one time. I don't remember.
Okay.
But we do it at least once a 10-day to keep the ire of the Slime Lord down.
Thank you for your help, Lady Coralheart. We will see if we can find these individuals and speak with them. I know you probably have a lot of tasks to take care of.
But before you go to those tasks, so we're definitely going to help with what's going on with the Slime Lord stuff. And I can't stay. But once we're done with that, if there's anyone you know that's afflicted and it's bad, it's painful, it's causing harm, I can remove that for a couple people. Can't do it for a lot. I definitely can't do it for everybody. But
No one seems to, what we've learned to live with.
It's not
Our
an
change.
affliction anymore, is it?
No, it's just who we are. There are times some, like myself, have whispers, and I have to ignore them. If you look too hard into things, and she looks over towards Brunschlager and Petunia, it will affect your mind.
Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you.
If there's anything you else need, you'll see me wandering about and allocating goods and wares and making sure everybody has what they need.
I'm sorry. Soft shell. What is her?
Salt.
Salt. I'm so sorry. That's who Karina is speaking with, right? And they're the fish. Zephyri and Stormrider. What is their role?
A star reader.
Okay, got it. Well, I think, I think we all have folks we can go talk to then. And over the telepathic bond, I'm just going to say, Karina, there is I know you're busy. There is a star reader here. I'm going to go speak to them, but when you're done, can you join me?
You know I talk too much. I'll never be done. Just let me know when you want me to come over.
Okay. And then I'll turn to the rest of the group. I'm going to go speak with the star reader. Does anyone have anyone in particular they wanted to go speak with? We had a teacher and historian, the hunter, Karina speaking with the main fisher for the kingdom, or for the city.
Probably, I would probably get along with the historian.
Okay.
I'll follow Petunia.
Okay. Or Kira?
I don't have a preference, although I can go talk to the hunter, sure.
Okay. And that's, do you want to come with me, Brunschlager?
Where are you going?
I'm going to speak to the star reader.
Inclined to talk to Hunter.
Okay. Or Kira is going to go see them, so.
But you're welcome to come.
Yeah. I was offering your company. Or Kira is an amazing person. You'll be in good company. All right. Go team.
I imagine in that moment, the both of us are just standing there looking at you, like not reacting to this. Like,
Meanwhile, Karina's still like an hour deep and like, so I'm just saying, like, with the level of volume of fish that you're bringing in, you really should incorporate yourself and really start getting some of those, local sales going on and setting up a real trade around these parts. Karina's she's slowly trying to start like the turtle mercantile that she had at home here by just being like, look, you have a wonderful trade.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. I will say, before you tell us the roll, the conversation that you have about this before you like start gleaning any information is that this town doesn't work as like a huge port hub or trade hub anymore. Obvious as to why. And anything that is fished out is never of abundance. It seems to be exactly what is necessary. I know what I get it. What you're doing. So what was your?
That's a community college 5.
Community college 5. They don't take offense to it. They just seem like it's more so like you're definitely you're coming off as a city person to like someone that just is living off the land by themselves.
She's also trying to like she's saying it in a hype up kind of way.
Oh
like,
yeah. That's why I said they don't take offense. They're like, I get what you're saying.
She's like, you're just like you're really good. You're really good. Look at that technique.
Okay, but as the conversation continues,
You can see on her shell that the same like etchings that are into the stonework are burned and scarred into the back of her shell as well.
She's surreptitiously just like in the corner of one of her pages while she's focused on fishing. Karina's just sketching it, like just to in case that symbol comes up again.
And it's not one symbol. Think of it as like.
Oh yeah, she's doodling the back of her shell just to commit it to memory.
Visually, what it looks like is, it's crop circles, but in a way that's layered so many times, it's like a stereogram.
And just like sitting there and just
throwing nets, tackles, rods, everything.
And then just kind of sitting down and just watching a little bobber just kind of float, waiting to pull it up. What did you say your name was?
Karina.
I am Aurenia.
That's a beautiful name.
Thank you. It's nice to see someone not damned.
Oh, I think I'm damned in my own way. It just doesn't show.
What's your passive insight?
Oh shit, 19.
19. You pick up.
I don't know why I expected that to be like a really low number.
One of the other reasons why this turtle seems to be kind of like cutting you off, not in a way to like end the conversation or get you to go away, but anytime, like, especially that. It's especially because you were trying
I think she has ADHD. She's finishing sentences to prove she knows where you're going.
Especially because you were like hyping them up and like making them feel good about themselves and things like that, and that was kind of. That seems to be cut off more, and you feel like this person is actively trying not to create a bond with you. Being cordial with you, fine. But it's nothing against you that you pick up. It's just feels like they're protecting themselves from something. Yeah.
They're turtling.
Yeah. But the conversation continues. What information does Karina look for?
Considering that she wasn't given very specific instructions.
You have telepathic bond if you want to ask a...
Nope, she wouldn't think to do that.
Yeah?
She's hyper-focused on getting to know this person. So probably just asking more along the lines of like, you know, if it's not too forward, why stay here?
No one would want me elsewhere.
Oh, I don't believe that.
This is my home, and
That I can understand.
I wouldn't want to be a burden to anyone else.
Oh dear. Oh, that hits very deeply.
We get by, the few of us that are left.
The people that showed up today, do they harm you guys often? Or people like that?
Oh. Which people? You?
No. When we came here, there were people that attacked us.
Oh. You mean the Thasalots. Thalasots.
Thalasots.
Tideborn.
Oh.
Yeah, they come every night,
Oh, that's awful.
searching for others to drag into the deep.
That's awful.
They've been doing it for about once every so often. A little over. Well, not too long. Only 60 years.
Yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. Fucking turtles, man. Oh, okay. That's very long in the years of some of my compatriots. What?
Some believe that it's to come for food, but others believe it's to mutate them into the aberrations they are.
Ah.
I say it's a sacrifice for their god, the Elder One.
The elder one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Big fish.
Oh. A real big fish, one might say?
Real big fish.
Okay.
Rumors say it's larger than a kraken.
Is there anything we should look out for? So we can stay safe too?
3 eyes.
3 eyes, okay.
Thick water.
Thick? What, like a
Yeah.
pudding?
Like a jelly.
Ah, okay.
Like a jellyfish.
Ah, like a jellyfish, but it's got 3 eyes.
No.
Like a fish in jelly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I like you.
Oh. You shouldn't.
That's okay. Most people shouldn't like me either, so we'll just be weird together. How are you all keeping yourself safe? That sounds like a lot.
Oh, we sacrifice newcomers.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. I'll let you know though. The people I came with, they're really badass, so you might not wanna try that. At least with us.
I
You can
don't.
double it and give it to the next person.
But I believe you because you're still alive.
Yeah.
But I hope that we're not doomed.
We're trying to stop the world from being doomed. Or we're gonna try our best.
Because they were our last sacrifice.
Ah,
And points to Brunschlager.
Ah. They're very powerful. That was a surprise.
Yep. Oh. One more thing I just thought of.
Oh, yes.
Ships seem to slow in dead water a couple of miles away from the big fish.
Okay, so like if we were sailing and suddenly our ship just stalled, we're in trouble.
You're fucked.
I'm sorry. I appreciate your honesty so much. I truly do. You're very blunt, you're very straightforward, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
You're the only other person aside from a captain I know to ever have more than 3 words with me.
Well, I think that's highly disappointing. Who's your captain? I want to get to know him.
Oh, he's not my captain. He's just a ship I know that sails nearby.
Oh.
I think his name is Atten. No, that's not right. Anton Mavaldi. That's it.
Anton Movoldi. Well, if I meet him, I'll know I'm in good company.
I think he knows how to bypass the dead water.
Oh, that would make sense if he's a sailor. Yeah, he's a captain. He became a captain, of course. Of course he knows how to do that.
And he's a captain that has not died.
Yeah. I mean, that speaks for itself, honestly.
It does here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he sounds like a badass. And he's nice to you, so must be at least somewhat decent.
He stops by to trade and brings fresh nets
Oh, okay.
sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, he sounds lovely.
It's been some time since I've seen him.
Sometime like human sometime or sometime like turtle sometime?
Human.
Okay, so not that long.
I'd say a month or two.
Okay. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know.
So it's possible that he's gonna be back sometime soon,
Okay.
but that's a guess. I think the name of his ship is the Sea Reaver.
Sea Reaver. That's a cool name.
I thought so.
Yeah. It sounds like the name of somebody who can definitely hold their own.
Yeah. And you just kind of see her just kind of lose focus and stare off, like past you.
Well, I should probably check on my friends. That was some gnarly stuff that we've been through recently. But here, I'm gonna reach into my bag, grab a seed, and just bloom a constellation water lily. Just sit it down beside her, not expecting her to take her hands off of anything, but here, that's for you.
That's pretty.
All for you. Thank you so much for talking to me. It's nice to...
And you watch as you set it down, you see it immediately begin to wilt and wither away.
As well. We had it for a moment.
No.
And
Our friendship, much like this flower, maybe I never see you again, but it was beautiful while we were here.
You watch her recoil at that word. Friendship.
like
Yep,
Head
Karina's
in-
keeping very still.
yeah, like almost like head just kind of goes into the shell where it's just the eyes.
Well, I think you're absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for talking with me. It really was
I gotta
Further
get
into the
back
hole.
I gotta get back to my friends.
fishing.
You take care, okay?
And just slowly retracts in. And you just see eyes from the shadows of the shell.
Bye. And walking back to the group, I'm just gonna, hey guys, guess what?
Here's all the information.
Yeah, info dump every bit of that.
Maybe you should go talk to the Star Reader. I have more questions about some of the stuff you learned.
You should probably leave her alone right now.
Okay.
I think I made it awkward, so she
Oh,
might
yeah.
need some time. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
It's
fully
just
in
a
the
shell.
Yeah.
I was nice to her. That's all I did. I was just nice.
Some introverts need a lot of time after that kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's out of
Needs a minute.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's out of
But-
emotional spell slots.
We'll go
Yeah.
to Orkira and Brunschlager.
Oh, I'm not here right now. Sorry. Bye.
As you ask around and find out where Thaddeus Gormund is. And a lot of people just tell you, not back yet, not back yet, not back yet. But eventually, being notified in the direction they headed off at before dawn's light fully took over.
You see a middle-aged man approaching, carrying a large wicker basket on his back full of foraged berries, fruits, nuts, gourds, vegetables, grass, and grains. It looks more wild than cultivated and farmed from the sparse amount of food on top of it being such a wide variety. Seems to be going from person to person within the community and dispersing the foraged goods out to those that can make more from them. At which point, he eventually locks eyes with you, seeing that you are more or less approaching him or waiting to him, and he smiles from behind the shadows of his dark hood. And you didn't notice it at first, but now you can see that there is faint, lightless, otherworldly glow to his skin as you see his veins pulsing with esoteric purple hue through his visibly translucent skin. It is now that you also realize every inch of his body is wrapped in bandages, hiding this affliction beyond the little you can see through his hood on his heavily bearded face.
Before we get too close,
Broomschlager, do you want to lead the conversation or should I?
Sure, I will talk first.
Okay.
And you notice that before he approached you, because he was not here for the original conversation, that Harold had to calm everyone down as he's giving out these goods and supplies. Or Kira, you have observant, correct?
yes.
Yes. You're able to read his lips as he's asking questions about Brunschlager and has that very fearful, worried look about him until it is explained to him everything that has already happened. And then that's when he finally approaches you.
And that's, I'll add on to that as we're getting close. Say,
Yeah, it's probably a good idea that you're going to talk to him first. He's been filled in on you.
And he comes up and he goes, "You caused trouble by interfering with how we deal with the Tideborn. But everyone makes mistakes. If you contribute to our group, we'll contribute to your needs as well. Is there something I can help you with? Food? Information?"
Information.
Well, I hear that your hope is to help us with this tideboard problem we have. So yeah, I'd be much obliged to help you in that regard. What do you need to know?
For Kira,
Yeah?
what all is Seisha looking to know?
Oh. I mean, she's probably got like 3 billion questions, but I think the gist of it is, so we're looking for something in the water, and they're coming from the water and attacking you. What can you tell us about them so that we can stop the attacks and go get the thing that we need?
I have this old almanac. Helps with learning how the land was used before and things like that. There's not much information in it, but there's some things.
And also just anything that you've seen, especially recently, because no matter what, because of what we did last night, they're gonna come back, and we're gonna be there to stop them. So yeah, anything you could tell us about them would be great.
It's not what they are, it's who they are. It seems to be the problem. Why we don't fight back.
Well, who are they?
I'm sure you can see that a lot of us, and kind of pulls the hood back a little bit and doesn't let it hit light too much. The city is... The ruins are afflicted with this scarring. It seems to scar us as well. Like a radiating hatred left in echoes of when the finger of the dark god cursed us.
A big black obelisk?
Yeah, the dark finger of the god reached down from the heavens and cast its magic upon us, and many were vaporized, and the rest, well, judging by the bodies we saw this morning, you dealt with what they turned into.
Oh. And for a moment, Orkira thinks about the fact that she kind of half turned into something from the water. Okay, all right. So, I know you leave people there as the tribute sacrifices. What happens if you don't leave someone? What do they usually do?
I have that information somewhere. All right, there you go. We offer those that are willing to sacrifice themselves to the Tideborn first. Most of the time, it's our eldest and infirm that choose to go. Sometimes it's through convicted punishment. Sometimes in desperation, it is the wandering outsider that we feel is a danger to us. Recently, a hobgoblin was sacrificed to the Tideborn last 10 day.
Brunschlager. I'm going to roll an intimidation check.
Okay.
When Brunschlager starts talking. Oh, that's a natural 20 for a 27.
Woo!
Brunschlager, how tall is Gormand?
Just under 6 foot, so 5'9", 5'10".
Great.
You're towering over him.
Brunschlager takes a step toward him and doesn't lean down, just looks down. Tell me more about this hobgoblin.
Seemed lost. I wasn't really in town when it happened, but came in hungry, from what I hear, and didn't really hold to our customs of sharing as we see fit. We take what we need, and what we need is often still not enough, but I guess took a lot to get here, and seemed desperate, but was aggressive in his way of taking what he seemed he needed.
Who did he take from?
All of us. Everything here is not owned by one person. This is not my basket of food. It's Reth's.
Let me rephrase. Whose hands did he take food from directly?
And over time, like walking and talking with him, because he doesn't have that information offhand, but he'll walk with you as he's giving out his wares, and you'll find a list of like 5 or 6 people, which, as you're looking over, there's only 2 to 3 dozen people that you can visibly see, and he notes that there's probably maybe 100 people of this entire town left. So to steal from 5 or 6 for the mouths of the many is a lot.
Who took him to the beach?
We all just kind of waited until he gorged himself into a stupor, and when he was asleep, we all kind of... He looks ashamed at saying this, but you can see, or what are your passive insights?
20.
Okay.
I got a passive insight of 11, but I got a passive perception of 21.
21. This is more insight. So you'll at least pick up that first part because he's not hiding that at all, the shame of it. But Orkiri, you pick out that it was a desperation of survival of why they made the choice. And he goes, we just bum rushed them, and it became a numbers thing at that point. Unarmed, and tied them up, offered them to the Thalassades. Tideborn. I know our common is different than yours.
He has taken from you. I understand why you've done this, but you have made my journey longer.
I don't look. We've had our he was punished. No ill will. Honestly, it wouldn't have been ill will if he would have just paced himself.
If he hadn't stolen.
Yeah.
He is always going to steal. It is kind of person he is. I am sorry for his actions. Do you need help feeding the people here?
If you have any extra food, just want to help me carry this weight, I'd be greatly appreciative of it.
He's carrying like a big basket, right?
Yeah. Like one of the massive backpack baskets.
How much does it weigh?
Probably maybe 20 pounds, full of everything, but it's lighter now, so maybe only 15, 10.
What do you hunt?
I mean, a lot of it's small game out here. Even the wildlife knows to stay away from these ruins. And I'm mainly just forage. And as you can see, most of this is vegetation. Most of our dietary needs are met with vegetation, and Arinia, our fisher, providing for us.
Brunschlager just picks up the basket in one hand. How long have you been here to be this far afflicted?
I mean, I was born and raised here, so I guess the last 35, 40 years, I don't really keep track. We don't... No real need.
Does it just continue to get worse? Or at some point, does it stop? Does it finish?
Depends on who you are as a person, I guess. Seems to affect people differently. But to answer your question, it will never... I've never seen it recede. So I guess the blunt truth is, yeah, it always gets worse.
So, I don't think I can help with the food right now, but, definitely before I leave, I can drop off some food and fresh water. The food is kind of bland. I'll probably have to do it outside the city so that I don't turn into another shark. But I can at least help with that before we gotta go.
It looks a little confused, but also understanding. Just all right. Yeah, if it's magical means, I wouldn't do it inside the perimeters of the city. Or if you go down into the catacombs, which is where a lot of us find shelter at night, it seems to be less troublesome.
Yeah. Is there any place else we should watch out for around here? Like, how far out does this magic thing happen?
The entirety of what the city used to be.
Oh.
So I'd say keep walking until you no longer see ruins or see the purple flowers. You should be fine.
Okay, all right.
Also, don't eat the purple flowers or use them for anything.
Good to know. Why?
Well, the first thing is you can't sleep. So we found that to be beneficial at times. But it has more adverse effects.
Okay.
It more akin to, it amplifies the problems of this city.
Oh, okay. Okay. Don't eat the flowers. Okay. Do you know if there's anything else in the water that we need to be worried about besides the Tideborn?
The inner sea's full of things. So yeah. Whatever monsters you might find in any other shore or water, add a couple more to it.
Anything else real big?
I mean, rumors of shark gods and great krakens and all the rumors of any great water.
I just get the sense that the rumors here might not just be rumors; they might be true.
I do hear if you head, he points in a direction that's like west, but like not full west, kind of like the center of where the sea would be. Here, there's a lot of bloodthirsty pirates and dragons in that direction. So if you decide to go seafaring,
Pirates.
My God.
You're married. I'm not married.
so I mean, you probably actually that is actually the greater threat. Probably is if you find yourself on the waters, any adversaries would most likely come in the form of a pirate, raider, or a dragon protecting its area. At least that's what I would assume. I only know these parts.
No, that's definitely helpful.
In all fairness, I was not tied up to be sacrificed to pirates last night.
That is true.
Well, you got me there.
I mean, we know the threat of the Tideborn. That's not your dragon friend. I guess you're a dragon. You look like a dragon, but you're not acting like a dragon.
It's a long story. Just ignore it.
Hey,
she is an ex-shark.
You know what? Who am I to ask? We all have our stories, so
It's not incorrect. But
yeah. But yeah, you were asking about anything else that might be a problem.
More to a point, do you know anything about someone by the name of Zaifu?
I don't, but well, there's maybe go speak to the one that teaches the kids, Quincy. Seems a little weird, but he's fine.
Understood.
And so, like I said, we're gonna try to stop these Tideborn. Do they always come out of the water like in a similar place, or is it just they can appear anywhere? Do they just take the most direct route?
For clarification, out of game, and Brunschlager would know this, that the Tideborn that you fought was just a group that were coming that night. Because it rained so heavily, it's hard to tell if more came, but Brunschlager knows that it's often they fill the city looking for any stragglers that did not find themselves. And he'll
From
reiterate
safety.
that as well as like,
Yeah, I guess Orkir is just hoping to get like, okay, they usually come from this area, so that if depending on how we approach stopping this group, that we're not, to the north when they all come to the south. That kind
the
of thing.
shoreline. So yeah, but not a specific like spot in the shoreline. It's just the shoreline that faces the north.
Okay.
One other question. It's kind of a weird one. Do you know anything about the Elder Slime Lord? It's just disgusting to even say.
Big fish. Every fisherman has their big fish tale. I'm not sure if I really believe that a fish is a god. I hear stories that a finger came down from the heavens, and if I know gods, it seems like they would be, big enough where a finger would just be able to destroy a city, not just a big fish in an ocean.
If there's anything I've learned, it's often more complicated than that, but I
Not saying you're
appreciate it.
wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if that's what I truly believe.
Rumschlager, is there anything else you want to ask about?
No, I think this has been comprehensive.
And I'll help with the distribution of food and also find out like where tomorrow, for example, I could go outside the city, create food and water, and offer some help before we leave. Like just get some of those details about like, hey, if I want to help later.
Go down into the catacombs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could walk a good ways outside the city if you wish, and he'll say that, but he also, again, says the catacombs are just closer.
Yeah, I can't fix everything going on, but at least I can leave a little bit, before we go.
And you know what? If you try and help us with the Tideborn problem, it's greatly appreciated. Just know who they are. But you offering food and delivering food to us is worthy enough of the information I gave you. So greatly appreciate it. But I have to be on my way now.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's dinner time?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. At most, it's midday.
Yeah, this was.
This guy left just at the peak of dawn, and has come back midday.
Okay. As we're walking away from this person that we've been talking to,
Rumschlager, do you think the person you've been hunting has been turned into one of those fish people?
I don't know, and I don't know if that would make things easier or harder.
I think it would make it harder because it'd be harder to hunt them down, right?
Sure, but then he can't listen to when I talk to him.
Okay. That's good to know that you want to talk to him. If we get into a fight with him and he dies, do you want me to bring him back?
Yes. Yes, I do.
does my passive insight pick up anything about that laugh? I'll just ask Paladin if you're okay with expounding on that laugh.
There's some
Menace?
it's a really misguided sixth sense of justice.
Okay, all right.
Batman.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
All right, and with that, we're gonna move over to Harold and Petunia. As you have been asking around looking for Quincy.
All I'm saying is that maybe Quincy would like to hear the story. It's a pretty reasonable story so far. And I Brunschlager's next. He's gotta know about the pants.
I think we need to. I think you could take a small hiatus on that story until we save the world.
But if we don't save the world, then all those people will be bereft of the story that is like my legacy.
Honey, if we don't save the world, no one's gonna know about that story because we're all gonna be dead.
Could be an afterlife.
You never know. One of them could get flung into a new world on a new campaign.
A whole new world of people to tell their Ash Pants story.
Yep. But asking around, you are actually directed into the catacombs, where a good portion of the citizens are. And you see an elderly man kind of acting as a town performer and teacher as he entertains and teaches the youth using engaging mannerisms for humor and keeping attention. This is probably the only place you hear laughter in this somber town of survivors.
Oh God, we sent the right people.
And something disturbing, though, is that you see his skin is twisted in permanent swirling knots, almost as if his skin were made of fabric or clay before painfully pinched and twisted. And the most notable is the swirl on one side of his face, giving him a sinister curled grin on his left side. You also notice that he doesn't talk. He just grins and smiles as he performs and interacts with a disheveled old ratty sock with what looks to be completed with real hair and teeth upon its head and in its mouth.
And that, kids,
Yes! Sorry, headphones.
is how we are able to make the food with farming. And we owe that all to our farmer. Well, he's more of a gatherer, but he knows how it's done. Thaddeus Gourmand. And if it weren't for the scars and the ruins, then we would be able to farm our own goods here. But we must outsource it elsewhere. But one day you will carry this knowledge, and you will be the farmers of the new world, the people that grow this city into what it was once before. Yes, but I think that's going to be our lesson for today, and it's lunchtime, so everyone go up and make sure to eat healthy, and your vegetables and your fish too. You must have all of the proteins and everything. So.
I don't know if y'all can hear how much these teeth are clacking like IRL. It's highly disturbing.
It is upsetting.
I think I'll start this one. I think I'm going to start this one.
You do love me.
Yeah. Quincy, and I'm going to, in the thought bubble, I'm going to, because I can't think of words. Hey, what was Quincy's last name?
De La Rouche.
Do you prefer Mr. De La Rouche? And you can see Harold visibly like looking like, do I look at the puppet? Do I look at, like, he's not saying that, he's looking at the puppet and then to the person and then to the puppet, not sure which is the appropriate. So he just kind of stares in between them.
and the puppet will like shift over to
I will
meet your
nod and then
gaze.
begin to stare back at the puppet.
Oh my god!
You notice that the man holding the puppet does not look at you at all. Ever.
Is it
Okay.
like a smudge dead Bob kind of situation?
But you can see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
And
That's a
the
Georgia Renfair reference.
Actually, several.
the puppet responds,
He traveled.
I'm Quincy. That is Mr. Delarouge.
Oh, my apologies.
None
Your
given.
name-
No,
What was that?
No offense taken. You didn't know who I was, but now you do. Who are you?
Oh, my name's Harold Hovelton. I'm kind of a singer, accordion player, part-time.
It's called a
adventurer.
bard, dear boy. A bard. Did you go to school?
Sure. I'm a bard, you know. And then this is Petunia Potts, my girlfriend, and she's a historian.
You're dating a pot. Doesn't look quite like a pot. What do you cook? Or do you hold stuff? So people can cook inside you.
Knowledge
That's called
is
pregnancy.
what I cook.
10 out of 10. Great answer.
You a historian as well.
And Harold will look and say, so you're Quincy, right?
I'm Quincy, yes. What? You know what? Ma'am, I'm going to speak with you because obviously this buffoon doesn't know what he's talking about, and we, the most academic historians here, will have a more engaging conversation.
More power to you guys. I'll let the brains talk.
That's what's wrong with everyone here. They don't like Harold.
Oh no, I just thought they were all autistic.
No, it's
That's coming from me.
the Far Realms have twisted them. They don't like Harold.
No, I think
Well,
that's
Harold's,
the autism.
Harold's eating it up. He's grinning. He looks happier than ever.
Petunia looks uncomfortable.
I love how this is the one interaction Karina would have been good at.
Oh, you are historian as well. I see.
Yes, I have taken it upon myself to be, as one of the elders of this town, to be the one that teaches our youth.
How commendable. How long have you been teaching?
Oh, I'd say, 20, maybe 30 years now.
Oh goodness! And have you taught the local history, or teaching the local history to the children?
I do, yes. We must understand where we came from, what happened here. But that isn't until they're older. Don't want to cause nightmares.
Well, because
Wouldn't
I'm so,
want to do that.
well, because I'm so out of the loop and just kind of a dumb bard, would you mind explaining to me some of the stuff that actually happened here, a little bit of the history? Might I say, you take excellent care of your teeth.
Yes, Mr. Delarouge here helps me maintain my appearance.
Great.
He just gives him a greenies chew.
Why is it puppets? I never knew I had a thing about fearing puppets until D4 and Velvet Lodge.
Oh, join me. Join me,
Right?
friend.
Gingivitis is the #1 cause of tooth decay, and tooth decay, in some cases, can rot up into your brain.
This
Well,
puppet
I'm
is a
glad
vitus.
That hasn't happened with you.
But yes, I shall inform you like you are a child so that you will know the history. And, and so sit down. I will teach you as I teach the children.
Harold looks around and looks back and is like, okay. And I sit down, like, cross-legged on the floor and just hit me.
And then
In the dimly lit catacombs, you see the old man's tattered clothes blending into the shadows that clung to him like loyal companions. In one hand, he holds his worn sock puppet that seems more puppeteer than the hand that wields it. Its eyes mismatched buttons and shells peering out from the frayed and stained fabric. But it was in the other hand, clutching a jagged shard of broken glass, that his peculiar talent comes to life.
As he moves the glass shard, it dances along the wall, leaving trails of shimmering light in its wake. With each delicate motion, he weaves the shadows into living art, coaxing them to take shape and substance. The puppet grabs them from thin air,
Surprise me with that fucking thing.
giving them weight and tangibility as it's pulled and stretched and weaved in shadowy forms like clay and string. The stony catacomb walls housing hundreds of long-departed souls transformed into a canvas. The shadows sculpted into the intricate forms that dance and weave in response to his puppet's commands.
The centerpiece of his mesmerizing creation is a towering, inverted obsidian obelisk, seemingly suspended in air, ominous and foreboding. It shatters into countless shards, and from its fragments creates, in a bending of light through the glass shard in his hand, a blinding directed energy blast of radiant light, which erupts, engulfing an ancient city in its devastating embrace.
I saw that.
The story told by this living shadow art is one of destruction and chaos, a haunting reminder of a world long lost to time.
And then, as time echoes on, he lets you know that that blast happened almost a little over 60 years ago. And about 10 years ago, the story continues as you see a cerulean blue light flashes in the prism glass. And it's hard to tell of its origin. You might see it as it looks like the blue emits from the obelisk, or it looks like the city itself recoils in the shadows in the wake of its own destruction. As he says, "A vision I've seen written in the stone path we walk above. I call this art piece. Before came, so after could follow. A symphony of reckoning."
It's very impressive. Terrifying in a lot of ways.
And as he is saying this, something you didn't notice was as the light moves, causing the shadows around you to dance. More importantly, Petunia's shadow came to life. And attacks as the story is weaving, almost comes to, and as the city is almost engaging in the story itself. And almost like lunges at you, Petunia. Harold, nothing happens to
Doesn't
you.
have one.
Yeah.
But go ahead and make me a con save, but you'll take 9 damage just as it just like almost like the act of your shadow coming to life. You feel it kind of pull away from you.
Yeah, that seems about right in this scenario. That's 5.
And as it lunges, it actually remelds back into you. But as it does so, you just feel drained. And you will reduce your strength score by 3. By 3.
By how much?
3?
3.
All right, folks, I'm at a -4.
God.
No, that's,
Just so you know, that's your big number, not.
Yeah. Reduce big number, not small
Christ
number.
alive.
No, don't roll it. Reduce it. Come on
there's a
now.
natural 20, of course.
Naturally.
Of course. That's how that
Of course.
works.
No, all you gotta do is here. Go back to that thing. Click the 9.
Trying.
And then here, put other modifier and put -3.
Great. Love it.
I see this happen, right?
Yeah, I'll let you know. Like, this isn't an attack. Like, this is just like it is just something that is like this was not him maliciously attacking Petunia. It was just something that
Like a reflection?
more like
Or
a
an
consequence of the story. Like, you're in the front row at a Gallagher show.
Like saying Ganadar.
Similar.
You get some watermelon in your hair.
Yeah.
If you're in the front
Yeah.
row. Got it.
And it like he's telling the story and he doesn't even notice it. Like, it doesn't even seem to like it's just like your passive insight picks it up. I just needed you to realize it's not a malicious attack against you guys.
He'll even his response to you going, is yes, I know it's a scary story, but you know, as long as you don't cast magic, you're fine.
That's so.
Or, you know, sleep here for long times.
You okay? You look like you hurt.
I'm just. Yeah. I'm just really tired all of a sudden.
Well,
Maybe it was the story. It was so invigorating.
maybe. Yeah, I cast Disintegrate. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Do it to the
I'm
puppet.
kidding. Bye, puppet man. No, Harold will instead. He will look and like he kind of checks on you and it's like, "Are you really okay?"
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm
Okay. All right. Okay, Quincy.
Yes?
Did you come down after that happened?
Say again.
Did you come into town after the events of what happened?
Oh, no. I was a young lad, and I was out on the outskirts, the far reaches of the town, but
What about
you see there's a confusion as the puppet realizes who's actually speaking. No, you're quite right. I came after. I wasn't there. No.
But maybe your helper here was Mr. Delarouche.
But he doesn't talk.
Right. Obviously. You're kind of the star of this show and the teacher. I understand. That much I get because entertainment's kind
Bards
of
may be stars. I don't look for fame.
well, bards just kind of fall into it. But the the point is that that's good information. We're here actually in an effort to try to help the city and do everything we can to make things a little bit better here.
Help! Fight against the Tideborn. Fool.
We've done it already.
You did?
Yeah, we saw somebody being sacrificed, and we didn't know what the situation was, and we jumped in and stopped the sacrifice and fought a bunch of Tideborn that were taking him, and now we expect we're going to see a whole bunch more Tideborns. We're kind of prepping to get rid of that so that we can all, sleep a little bit easier, and then we're probably going to go into the ocean and find whatever's out there. What is out there, Quincy?
What is out there?
Yeah.
Oh, dear boy. You're not ready for what's out there, even if you did slay the Tideborn. A floating city. One hell-bent on destroying this world. One that plagued
the inner sea for years. The last 60 years. Minus the past 10, when somehow our city fought back.
Yeah, about that. Would you say that the city fighting back had a blue tint? Like a, what's the word you always use for it?
Cerulean.
Cerulean tint?
There was a flash of sky blue. Yes, a tree grew from lightning and struck Saifu.
Do you know where that tree grew?
Its roots! It grew from the land, forged long ago. But I don't know by who.
Is it still there?
We have not seen its remnants or flashes since, nor do we know why. It protected us this time, but not at the Great Cataclysm.
So you don't know who made it, you don't know where it was exactly. You just know that it was forged a long time ago, and so it was kind of fulfilling a job that it was predestined to do.
Yes.
That's still better information than I had.
Are there any names given to the tree, like as legend or?
I guess we would call it the cerulean tree. A sign, you would say.
Interesting.
Well, we'll have to look into that.
But you do know it's not a real tree.
That I did not know. Please explain to me, teacher. And he settles back into his cross-legged position.
The light that shined grew like roots and forged like a tree that grew from the ground. Yes.
Metaphor.
And
and
struck the floating obelisk. But it was not a tree. It seemed to be made of arcane light. Some said lightning that came from the ground, not the sky.
Neat.
Okay. Have any books or any sort of text been written on this event?
No, just we tell our stories by word of mouth. There's not much paper here.
That's fair. Was there anybody directly there who witnessed it?
Most of us.
So you saw it yourself?
Yes, it only happened maybe 10 years ago.
That's amazing.
Is there any,
Just before, or maybe the start of the Sundering.
I was about to say, at this point, with all the timeline, is there any roles that I could make to put any, historical events together? Or, we were alive during that point, too, so...
You would know about 10 years ago without even rolling.
Yeah, it's the second Sundering.
Was the second Sundering.
So that's when Abir and Toril separated again. And so what he's telling correlates with that whatever this cerulean lightning tree, it happened when the second Sundering happened.
Or right before. You don't have an exact date. But the reason why that is because throughout the history of, or the notable points of history of Toril when the second Sundering happened, there's people that argue that it happened in 1480, and some say all the way up to 1485. And it may not have been something that happened in an instant, but something that happened in the echoes of two worlds slowly being sundered apart.
Okay.
Do you think maybe the Sundering is the reason that the tree hasn't come back? Maybe it's a part of a beer.
At this point, anything's a possibility. And she kind of looks up uncomfortably at the sock.
Right. Anything is possible. With knowledge.
Yeah.
Once you know how to do a thing, you can do it.
Sweet.
Thank you for that.
But when Zaifu was struck,
Yeah.
it fell from the sky into the sea.
Do you think that it's still operating under the water?
I mean, we're constantly being attacked by those that follow the Elder One, so I'd say yes. So good deduction there, lad. You're learning something.
All I'm saying is... Listen.
Don't.
This sock puppet's a real dick.
We're both so tired and we're trying so hard.
You busted a puppet with a fucking wig on. Okay. All I'm saying is back home, we had things like sharks come out of the water that were related to the Elder Eye. Or I don't know, there were like geese and stuff. Everywhere we looked, everything was Elder Eye shaped. So as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter whether the city's in the water or it's a Tuesday. The Elder Eye is constantly sending stuff. We pissed some things off in the far
What
realm.
is an Elder Eye?
It's sort of like the boss of all of that.
It's an entertainment company in Atlanta.
And it is really dedicated. And it is my understanding that if it wins, everything's going to be wiped out, which is why we're here in the first place. Which brings me to my next question. Do you know anything about
before you ask any more questions? I need to make a clarification. This is not an Elder Eye. No, this is an Elder One. Maybe even the eldest, the oldest, like me. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Well, if you don't solve this problem soon, I guess it might be my turn. Anyways, sad news aside, yes, not Elder Eye, Elder One, Elder Slime Lord.
Okay, so that being, we're gonna skip over the really depressing thing you just brought up, and we're gonna go straight to fixing the problem. Do you know what it is?
A slimy fish with 3 eyes.
So an aboleth.
Is that what you call it in your tongue?
Yeah, they're shredded. They are ripped, and generally, due to age and size, they become more ripped in time until they can make 180 turns in the water in an instant because their abs carry them like rippling waves across the ocean. You know, it's not, that part's not as important as, yeah, that's what we call it. A slime lord sounds just as right to me because they do exude an enormous amount of slime and they're incredibly powerful.
Some of
We
them
kill
think,
one of those too.
yeah, they like to be worshipped as gods. At least that's what we
Yeah.
have deducted.
Or they also like to be rocks and tell you what to do.
Okay, you've obviously spent way too much time here, if you believe that a slime lord is a rock, but who am I to say otherwise?
I don't necessarily disagree with part of that sentence.
Hey,
But
No, it's
if you want more information, I'm not the only historian here.
There's more of you.
Well, different. More astrological, astronomical, whatever that word is. You look at stars, you tell people what the future is. Yeah, posh.
oh, a star reader.
Yeah, I believe they have some exact dates. As I said, years, time, what is that? We've all kind of lost it here.
Well, my hope is that by the time we're done, you'll have other things to relax and think about other than, you know, who's oldest, what's going on, and how dangerous things are. You know, you can teach people the past, but then look to the future with a bit of hope. That's kind of the plan. And so we do have a track record of success. Granted, not 100%, not 80%.
You don't need to continue with that metaphor.
But the fact is that we won't stop until your place is safest. And at least we have dedication in droves. And so all I can say is, Quincy, we're going to do everything we possibly can to save your city.
We will greatly appreciate it. And having knowledge is only half of what is important. And maybe that is what she has. But it is direction and discipline and action that speak words and create stories and change history. Perhaps that is your role, Bard. To tell the stories of, obviously, some hero that you come across and,
Wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. With any luck, maybe the two of us will be able to find that person. Granted, she's very powerful in and of her own right, just due to her incredible mind. I mostly follow these others around and play the accordion for them.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure it is great.
Is that sarcasm?
I like instruments.
All right, we'll let ourselves out. I'll play a little tune on the way out the door. Maybe the kids will like it. And I'll make a performance check as we head out.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you hold on. Don't you? I'm gonna
spend a lot?
I'm gonna use my peerless skill.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a 19.
Okay, okay. So
Yeah,
for
but that's like a Harold low.
yes,
Yeah,
that's
but-
real low for Harold.
Harold
So-
is very distracted by this fucking sock.
But it's still good.
you notice the sock like screaming in agony, not verbally, but just like mouth agape, head back at the shrill sound of the accordion. But Del Rouge is kind of nodding and bobbing along to the melody and rhythm that and the kids love it. They think your weird box is just hilarious.
Amazing. We watched that die, that D10 roll, and it's like 9, 9, 9, and the Wheel of Fortune over to 1.
Amazing.
So good.
And Harold will turn to Petunia after giving one of the worst performances he's ever given. And will be like, that was a sock, right? Like, I'm not just like...
I need a moment.
Okay. All right.
Or a few. Let's go find the star reader.
Yeah, I think that a couple of them are already there, so we can just meet up.
Sure.
I like Quincy.
Don't walk so fast.
Oh, do you want a little help? A little boost? I'm on my back.
I mean, if you feel like you can.
Totally can.
All right.
Lift you up.
The stout halfling gets on your back.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go. And my +0 strength is starting to show immediately. Okay, let's do it. And that's where we'll head out. Thank you, Quincy.
No response, only screams.
I need everyone after the show is over, go look for a video online of Jim Henson playing basically Kermit and Fozzie at one point, and the two, Kermit and Fozzie, realizing that there's somebody below them, and like, who are the people below me? Don't look down. It's just too weird. And I totally thought we were gonna have a Jim Henson moment at one point.
See, I kept thinking of Unicorse from Bluey, the little hand puppet, that they're like, Unicorse, what's your favorite food? And he goes, children.
I have had the cat with hands on my mind since the puppet was revealed.
Amazing.
It's made out of And if you recognize that reference, then you know what I was thinking.
Oh, buddy.
Oh my goodness.
I love that we all went to equally disturbing places.
Love it, love it. But
I mean,
Seisha,
I went to Jim Henson. The darkest Jim Henson, but still.
Truly the most horrific out of everything mentioned.
Darkest Jim Henson is just Muppet Sex and Violence.
That's true.
so
Name of my
It's a
autobiography.
thing.
so you seek out Zephyrian, and you find an air genasi lining stones, calculating lengths of shadows, measuring the sky, and taking many notes of the weather and wilderness that grows around the ruins of the city. His ethereal continents featuring a complexion of reminiscent of a clear morning sky, exudes an otherworldly grace, draped in the tatters of a flowing toga of weathered pale blue, like a cloudy sky, which seems to waver in a perpetual breeze. And as you meet his polychoria gaze, you see the irises of his eyes have split and seem to be in mid-mitosis, showing you he has multiple pupils in each eye.
Master Storm Chaser.
He's like, just looking at this, like, kind of glances at the sky. That is I.
My name is Seisha. I'm one of the visitors who arrived in town. I was told you might be some...
Yes, they told me you were here.
It's good to know. Have they told you what we're doing here?
No, but I'm on to them. I'm on to them.
Who is they?
They will not best me.
The stars?
Yes, the stars.
They do have a lot to say right now, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Have they been talking more since the planets aligned?
You hear it too, don't you?
Something... I hear something. What do you hear?
I hear lots of things, but mainly them conspiring against me.
Why?
Because I know the truth.
What is the truth?
History.
Is it repeating?
Yes.
What's happening?
The obelisk will rise again, just as it did in 1395. And again in 1429. Yes, the end is nigh. May the gods have mercy on our souls. But no. It wasn't 1429, it was 1479. That's when the obelisk returned to haunt our city. And we failed to offer suitable sacrifice.
Is that when they wreaked havoc on the city?
Yes. Yes, that is when we lost so many.
What year is it right now?
Is it 1490?
It is 1492.
Yeah, I remembered.
Oh man, fuck Columbus.
I know, right?
The title of this year, as the creators of said game, is The Three Ships Sailing.
That's a holdover from another time.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah. So you see this repeating?
Yes. We lost so many Genasi in 1479. Not vaporized or killed, no, just gone. Banished.
During the Sundering?
Yes.
When this happened, Abir, was it still conjoined when everyone vanished?
It was the sundering that caused an explosion of spellfire trapped within these ruins, unleashed by the beginning of the two worlds splitting. And I should note that 1479 is when the sundering happened, not when the obelisk decimated our city. That was 1429.
Ah, okay. How long have you been here?
Too long.
What lineage is he?
Air Genasi.
Air Genasi. Okay, how long do Genasi generally live?
Roughly around the same as humans.
Okay. Were you witness to these events? If it's too painful, I understand.
Only the sundering of my brethren. It was their fault.
The ones in the obelisk.
No, the stars.
Speak on it.
How?
They conspired against us. They're always up there, just chattering.
What's your passive insight?
20-something.
20. Yeah, your
Insight
is like 20.
22.
Yeah.
Insight's 22.
You pick up that this is their madness.
Yeah.
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 Just so
No, I
there's-
was following that. Yeah.
Just want to make sure the clarification of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing Karina didn't talk to him. She'd be like, yeah, checks. I have no follow-up questions.
Do you know what is waiting under those waters? Have you been told?
I read the stars. They've grown into one. One that rules all.
Have you seen it?
No.
Have you heard it?
They speak of it.
What do they tell you?
That it's only a matter of time before he gets his eye back.
We are trying to stop that. I know. I know. There are always people who will try. And it's a good thing. I've heard things. I've heard stories of what befell here. I've heard stories of what is coming, having come before.
It will rise again. Right over there.
And you see him point.
Is he pointing in the direction of Waterdeep?
No, pointing
Into the sea?
Yeah.
Okay.
to.
Have they given you an idea of how long until that happens?
Either when the shards of the sky are reforged, or when it gains its eye once again and becomes whole.
I see. Have you ever looked between the stars?
No. That which lies between the stars will make you go mad. Let's not speak of such things.
All right. This obelisk, do you know what resides inside it?
The Slime Lord,
I'm familiar.
the Elder One.
Elder.
You're on, I'm onto you. I'm onto you.
Gesundheit? That's how they get you. This elder slime lord is... I've met a slime lord. I'm assuming an elder is incomprehensibly powerful.
No, not a Slime Lord. The Slime Lord.
The first?
The eldest.
I see. What do you know of slime lords?
They come from the stars. They're in cahoots.
I believe you.
And there's bugbears on the moon.
Do you know, I have heard that. I have heard there's bugbears on the moon, actually. A man who had interacted with a slime lord told us that. It's good to know. Now we have confirmation.
Yep.
I suppose as long as they're up there, we're okay, though. I appreciate your help. Is there anything else the stars want us to know? Or anything else you want us to know?
If you truly do wish to stop it all, you want to go there. And again, points in that same direction into the sea.
Have you heard anything of a crystal that holds great power?
The sky shards.
Yes. Is there one near here? Is it in the obelisk?
When they are reforged is when it rises again. That's all I know, it's what they say. Damn stars speaking riddles and prophecies and...
Yes, they do.
Just be clear once.
On it.
I actually have a friend you might like to meet.
I doubt it.
Question. What would Seisha's sign be
Oh,
in real world?
I wrote her birthday somewhere. Honestly,
That's why we need a wiki.
I would.
She's such a Virgo.
Yeah, I think she'd have to be Virgo. Like maybe Virgo, Taurus, Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virgo sun, Taurus moon,
Yeah.
Aries rising.
Yeah.
You need to notice that it looks straight up to the sky, perplexed, and understands a direct message.
Like gets real close and just...
I am waiting for him to yell.
Avoid major financial decisions.
Okay. For how long?
Today.
Just okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I was expecting one of those horrifying co-star ones that's like,
At least it wasn't about my love life. Thank you.
Your lucky color is blue.
But
Cerulean, to be precise.
Oh, yeah. Do you know anything? Have the stars told you anything about cerulean magic? Have you ever heard of that?
Only what I saw
What did you see?
10 years ago. The cerulean light tree that protected those of us that still stand.
Did you see where it came from?
That came from the ground, not the stars.
Was it in a particular area that it came from?
Everywhere.
All right. Thank you, Master Storm Chaser. You've been very helpful. Don't let the stars...
I just relay what they say. It's only a matter of time.
As I said, we will do what we can.
as your conversation ends with this person, as you're noticing the rest of your compatriots kind of conjoining, your Brunschlager, Orkira, Karina, and Seisha, your passive perceptions, all note someone very strange. Just in their behavior.
Karina, you first catch glimpses of it as you're leaving the docks. There is this like heavily cloaked, like just layers and layers of just tatters and rags and like quilted garments, with a deep hood pulled up and a scarf kind of around, and it is like putting seawater into a bucket, but their mannerisms are just catch your just enough to just like people are weird or off here, but this person is definitely trying to be nonchalant, thus making themselves obvious.
Yeah, been there.
And Seisha and Orkira, you catch them as they're leaving and kind of disappear down into the catacombs. You catch them out of the corner of your eye as they're just kind of like given that, like making sure no one was following them before they go down.
Either in the catacombs or just wander behind some ruins that you lose sight of them.
But what really catches your eye, Karina, is the druidic etchings on the ground where they entered into the catacombs.
Over the telepathic bond, did you guys see that person?
The one with the bucket?
Yeah.
They were practically screaming, "Don't be suspicious."
Singing it even.
Yeah.
The catacomb entrance has druidic markings on it.
What do they say?
They don't. They're
It's
more
the-
like.
Hold on.
Oh.
Just kidding. Oh, they do. Just kidding. They,
Yes. As you follow them and look, you see it's a series of directions that you've noticed now that you're looking for them in different locations in these ruins. Some of them like toppled over, so it was hard to see like which direction they were pointing to. But those that are still standing and etched into the grass, like arcanely, like anybody that isn't a druid wouldn't notice this. Maybe a really like experienced farmer would also notice this, but they're basically borderline druid at that point anyways. But there's the grass is growing differently and weirdly, almost like arcanely imbued, as it shows a series of directions broken into 3 parts at each juncture.
If you follow it all the way.
Yeah.
Like you can see, because I know you're just looking at it right now. You're not actually following it just yet.
Yeah. But they seem to have a direction in correlation to the cardinal directions.
Okay.
A primary message, in this case, a location, and a list of clarifying modifiers.
It looks like instructions, like directions. But I think we'd have to follow this person to see more if anybody's feeling cheeky.
I am not real stealthy, and I look at Brunschlager. What about you?
They won't even know I'm coming.
Clang, clang,
Insight?
clang, wants a trolley.
You don't have to. Like,
I mean, he's full metal, so I'm thinking that's bullshit.
in your passive, it's hard to see, but your passive insight you can utilize without having to roll.
Okay.
It's hard to say because you've seen Brunschlager do some unique things. So maybe not.
And he's got that face.
This is why I don't assume anything about Broomschlager. He's probably faster than me. He's probably quieter than me. It's better to assume the best.
I mean, I'm willing to go down there, but I'm not going to be particularly stealthy.
Yeah, I just mean, it really looks like we should follow him, right?
Right? Yeah.
Like, we followed weirder stuff.
Then we agree. I'm going in.
Following right behind Brunschlager.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God.
Yeah, and as like Brunschlager just barrels in and Karina follows, Harold and Petunia, you see Brunschlager just on a mission, just going somewhere.
I will clarify for you. The location seems to indicate a secret path to a hideout or sanctuary.
Gathered.
They kind of like overlap in the symbol.
Okay.
And the modifiers of said sanctuary is forest, father, sacred, cave.
Okay.
As all of you go down, Orkira will, as you continue to help feed and take care of the.
I was gonna say Ormond would come up to you and be like, "You mentioned about providing some, mild food for us, and I think
Boring but nourishing. Sometimes that tastes kind of like lobster.
Yeah,
I
I
can
think.
also do some healing. I can also magical and non-magical too.
All right, that sounds good. How about I take you to Lady Coral Heart, and we'll get that all situated and make sure that everything's put together.
Yeah. And in the telepathic bond, I'll let everybody know I'm not really that stealthy anyway. Maybe I'll learn a little bit more helping the townspeople out. Let me know if you need me, and I'll come flying. And I'll follow them back to the town.
Okay, just be careful.
Always.
I don't want you to wind up as a sacrifice. Their last
that wouldn't be the worst thing that's ever happened to me, but I'll let you know.
And with that, I think that's a great place to take a break. Thank you all so much for joining us for the first half. Lauren does have obligations for the second half of the show, so we will bid adieu to her and Orkira while they're doing that. But we'll be back next week and whatnot. But if you haven't done so, enter hashtag Eldritch into the chat for your chance to win an Eldritch Foundry giveaway. We will be pulling 2 winners tonight, as we didn't do it last week.
Yes. We'll see you soon.
Hello and welcome back to D4, where I, Dustin,
and I, Devin, are doing an intro for the second half. Hold on.
Apparently, I went to old-timey radio voice.
So, the BFGs are in Reth/Brasune, the ruins, and they learned a lot of information about what transpired here, what Zyphu is, what resides inside of it, but not all exact information, just a bunch of ramblings from a bunch of people whose minds have been, and bodies have been torn by the echoing effects.
What can I say? We found out what resides Fu.
I swear.
But the last we left off, there was a shady individual that Karina pointed out and everybody noticed carrying a bucket of salt water into the city, disappearing amongst the ruins and into the catacombs below, where Karina read some druidic symbols, pointing them towards a... Where are you? Oh, there you are. Got it. A secret path to a hideout sanctuary of the Forest Father in a sacred cave. And if somebody wants to roll religion, you so can.
Let me double check my.
Petunia, roll religion.
Oh, what is that? Skills. Okay.
I got you.
I got a 23.
Yeah, I'm not rolling that.
I mean, what's my rating on it? No, I'm good.
Yeah.
So Brunschlager and Petunia, 23.
21.
21. All right.
I'm curious.
You recognize the name Forest Father to be that of Sylvanus. He was the Celtic and Faerunian power of wild nature, standing in contrast to the more ordered
Agrarian.
that word, nature represented by the goddess Chantea.
Also known as the Oak Father, the Old Tree, the Wild Nature, it is said that he manifested in 3 various forms: an Old Father, a young strider, and a horned hunter.
It is said he described Sylvanus as being wild and unpredictable, much like nature itself. Is chiefly concerned with nature itself, specifically wild nature in both its natural beauty and fierce savagery, caring very little for maintaining a proper balance with civilization, being wrathful toward those who threaten wild places.
And when it comes to nature itself, Sylvanus cares greatly for maintaining a balance between growth and decay, water and drought, fire and ice, and the natural cycle of life. He has a very special hatred for those who use fire carelessly or with deliberate intention to cause destructions, as many humanoids do.
Harold. Oh wait, Petunia too.
But
Yep.
you are going through these catacombs, and as you get further and further away from light, you descend further and further into darkness. I know most of you have dark vision.
Does anyone need a light? Everybody good? Then I'm not casting light.
Cool.
I'm gonna tip tap my heel, get my little ankle.
Oh,
going.
yep.
Gonna do my little stompy stomp.
Oh, thank goodness I have dark vision.
We have dark vision. We just also have cool matching girls' night tattoos.
Yeah, we have glowing ankles.
We have ankle tattoos.
Mine looks like a playing card with
Yeah, we all
Queen
got
of
playing.
Spades
We all
on
got
it.
playing cards.
What did you get? Did you get clubs?
I think I got clubs.
I know-
It's somewhere in here.
I think Venley was hearts and V was diamonds, and then you were
Yeah.
clubs and I was spades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyways, yes. So this.
We gotta get Petunia one. She can be the Joker.
I got one.
Oh, we're getting you a glowy tattoo, baby.
Girls'
Got a
night.
Joker. I got one.
Oh my god.
As all of this rattles around in your brain, Brunschlager, as you are bombarded by thoughts of days past, getting glimpses of poor women wandering into the shadiest part of a city you've ever seen, getting a tattoo that now glows. The area kind of illuminates in a soft glow around you as you fights back the darkness. And
Should we put these out to be like stealthy?
I mean, they don't go that far.
Okay.
It's just more to make sure we don't trip over something.
You have not
Then I
seen.
look at Petunia.
This is why Petunia has to get a tattoo.
I know, right?
what are you all doing?
Following Karina.
I'm following Brunschlager.
Brunschlager, what are you
Following
doing?
everyone else.
I'm leading the pack.
Brunschlager, do you know how to read the symbols?
No.
Karina, maybe you should lead.
I'll walk beside you and slightly behind you.
Good call.
And with that, you're able to guide him,
Yeah.
pointing out, because down here, unlike yours, that only had the single path, and you could see that the temple was caved in, there are still some spots caved in here, but there are multiple paths down here.
And Karina is standing like how people walk with royals, where it's just like, she doesn't want to be directly beside him because he's a very large dude. So she's like 2 steps behind, but still like close with him enough to be like, oh, right there, right there, right there.
You eventually come to a spot where you notice the catacombs begin to fade away, no longer lined with bodies or tombs or urns or effigies to gods or histories past.
Looks to be more of a natural tunnel.
And there are some boulders in the way, still passable, although your speed will be slowed, and you can see vines.
Yeah. Eventually, you come to a kind of a longer, like, corridor passageway. I mean, it's all natural hewn tunnels, and it's just there is vines growing down kind of from above you and down the walls, and you can see like where like roots are kind of just dangling from whatever vegetation is above you.
I'm going to move to the back of the group,
Okay.
so we've got a shield at the back.
Okay.
Sounds good. But you can definitely see that the vines here now just kind of like cover the walls pretty thickly.
Yeah, after you squeeze through those boulders, you find this long hallway that just seems to be green. The ground, the walls, the ceiling, everything around it. But it's green and like, not like vibrant, verdant grass, but green roots, vines, thickets.
Oh, this makes me nervous.
Can I? Wait, I'm trying not to make eye contact with Devin. Can I talk to the vines?
Don't look at Dustin either.
Got it.
Yes,
Yes.
you can.
Yes. Yes.
I love having a druid in the party.
Things that I did not expect, but I am here for.
Just
So you reach down, touch a vine, or touch the wall.
I don't have to even touch
Oh.
him. I just look at him and go, buddy. Hey. First off, how are you?
I do not recognize you.
I'm new. Hi.
Are you of the Oak Father?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Is this his place?
Yes.
Who is he?
He is us. We are he.
Oh. Okay.
Seisha and Brunschlager, as Karina is having this conversation with some vines, you kind of see a little further down, you can see skeletal bodies kind of peeking out from the intense overgrowth of vines.
It's very, very, like, it's like this much of an ocular, maybe a finger peeking out. It's not like, oh, hey, look at me, I'm a skeleton.
Yeah.
But they appear to be, especially with your passive perception, humanoid, but not human. So
Genasi, maybe?
more fish-like.
Got it. Okay. Just be aware over the telepathic bond. Just be aware that these vines have previously made sure people don't leave or get further.
Yeah, vines are good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I fell and I took a really bad bump on the noggin, so I can't remember anything.
But if I felt a pull to come down here, can you give me any more information? Maybe this is familiar to me.
What do you want to know?
Oak Father sounds very familiar to me. But this cave, this is a sacred spot, yes?
We are his, yes.
Okay. And
All you have to do is surrender.
oh, I'm not very good at that. I'm
and
quite stubborn.
All will be clear.
Ah, that makes sense. If someone were to come down here for like offerings, what kind of offerings do people bring?
We
Sorry.
only wish to hug.
Oh, I'm not very fond of hugs. Yeah, I'm just...
Seeds for growth.
I have lots of seeds. And I'm particularly good at growing things.
Water for thirst.
Ah, okay. Okay, that all makes sense. Is there a type of ritual site down here, or is it just...
Surrender and the path will be clear.
Oh, God.
That doesn't sound very fun. No, that memory doesn't feel right. I feel like I did something else down here. What else can be done down here other than surrendering?
It's about this time that Petunia, you are looking around and almost trip, but Harold catches you. However, this gives you a closer inspection as your face comes real close to a wall and you see very clearly the thing that Seisha pointed out. Is that the bodies are skeletal, yes, but not of bone. Skeletal because the skin of the creature is so mummified and drained of all of its liquids. It is skin tight to this figure's corpse.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I will not be surrendering today, but I'm going to continue to see if I can piece together some memories. Thank you so much for the enlightening conversation.
They did not surrender.
Who's they?
And you see all of the skeletal bodies begin to move ever so slightly.
Does it?
Are they moving because the vines are moving? Oh, okay, cool.
Does it look like the bodies are in various forms of like?
They're fishermen.
Gotta get out. Gotta get like fighting.
Go ahead and make a perception or investigation check.
Yeah, I was gonna say with my passive insight, did that sound vaguely like a threat?
Which part?
They did not surrender. Like a threat in like, and if you don't,
Not direct.
Okay.
Kind of like a warning and less of a threat.
I think I know the trick. I got a 19.
A 19? Okay, first thing you notice is that it's off-putting because you know what height the creatures were that you fought last night, but it's also like they're kind of everywhere. There's some in the ceiling, some in the ground, and they seem to be suspended and snared in a way that looks like they were caught off guard and instantly taken. Less so, some do look like they were fighting back, but you notice also that there are soft spots in the ground laid out like naturally grown foot catches. They look too small to be pit traps, but you also don't see any mechanisms to disarm, to like inform Seisha on how to get rid of a trap. However, you do see that they are extremely numerous, like a minefield of ankle-breaking potholes.
And to answer your question of what you were looking for, yes, they did. All of them have some form of just action pose, I guess you could say.
That's what I said in the beginning. They looked like they were suspended and caught off guard.
of trying to fight against it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, guess
I
guess you
totally
could,
missed it,
depending on what
Devin.
you were laying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
I prettied.
Kriya's just gonna say,
What's going on?
I thought I saw another person come down here. Who would that be? Or maybe I just saw a shadow, but I could have sworn I saw a person.
The druid of the grove.
Ah! Okay. Well, as a fellow druid, I'd like to say hello. So I will look for them. You've been a wonderful conversationalist. Thank you very much. Telepathic one. Ah!
What?
So they said surrender and we'll know how to get through. And that all the bodies in here did not surrender. They fought. So this seems kind of like, are you all familiar with Sand of the Quickening?
Yes.
No.
It's a sand, and if you fight, it sucks you in harder, as opposed to if you just chill out.
I think we encountered something like this ages ago, where we just basically had to go limp.
You want to do it?
That seems to be what the vines say we should do.
Petunia and I will give it a shot, and you guys can be ready to help
Yeah,
us.
and they said that the other guy that came through here is the Druid of the Grove.
Sweet.
I don't know what that means, but that means that likely he and I can do some of the same things, so maybe we'll be okay.
I will take Petunia's hand. You ready? Yep. And then we both take a step into the vines.
Okay. Got it.
I'm too used to playing vampire. I was like, oh, composure and resolve.
I'm gonna spend some willpower.
The vines then hungrily wrap around you and begin to squeeze and tighten like a boa constrictor, like you're about to be consumed by them. What do you do?
Nothing. I surrender.
Okay.
Try really hard not to stiffen.
I look over at her and I just nod like we're doing the right thing.
You are grappled. You all watch as both Harold and Petunia are then enraptured and restrained, and then fully engulfed away from your vision.
Can we still telepathically talk to
You
them?
can still telepathically talk.
Harold, stay calm, but how's it going?
Y'all good?
We're so alive. We're alive so far.
Yeah,
And-
be squeezed, but not painfully squeezed. Just squeeze.
Really tight hug.
Like a Seisha hug.
And you feel your form, just everything around you is moving like these giant writhing tendrils just slithering over your skin.
I hate all of those adjectives.
Centipedes. Nope.
And you descend deeper and deeper
spaghetti.
into darkness. Harold, even with your advanced darkness vision, all you see in front of you is those twisting vines weaving together. So you are still blinded by where you are, and you sink deeper and deeper. You're unsure where you are, what's happening, if you're going to be consumed fully.
Trust the system.
Harold, Petunia.
Worst comes to worst, burn your way out.
And eventually, the ground gives way from under you, and you fall hard into solid ground and take 4 points of damage.
Ow!
That's a tushy bruise.
You all hear them say "ow" in their mind.
Well,
I put my hand on
how'd
my
it go?
sword.
How'd it go?
Okay, we're okay. Ow!
I think I twisted my ankle.
Oh no! Is it that ankle?
How could
No,
it be
it's definitely
that
not that
ankle?
ankle.
I'm just saying it'd be funny if Manchun got hurt. I'm just.
Oh,
I
that
don't
would be
think
funny.
that's how it would work, but I get the humor in it.
Gods, I hate druids.
And I'll just say back in his head, I'll be like, she's great. I don't know. You're fine.
I'm just imagining though, like if Harold actually like snapped that Manchun ankle for Manchun's like getting thunked in the forehead.
And she's like, "Ow!" Like just out of nowhere, like the first
Ow!
noise ever made. Ow!
Yeah,
That hurt.
so y'all are alive?
Yep.
What can you see?
What's that?
What can you see?
I will take a look around.
You find yourself in a beautiful underground cave pocket illuminated by an ethereal glow of fungal light that mimics the light from the sky above ground. The air is fresh, just more grounded and earthier, like a forest instead of salty air of the oceanic coast.
I think we found Karina's dream vacation.
Yeah, basically.
Oh shit, I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run and like little kid in a ball pit just backwards dive
I'm not
into
gonna
the vines.
lie, I kind of wanted to like grab the back of your shirt and your belt and just yeet you into
Oh yeah,
the vines.
Karina just immediately doo doo doo.
Just for clarification's sake, and at least it'll count on this one. Did you guys mention the drop?
No.
No,
Okay, cool.
All I
we
said
heard him
was,
say
like,
"ow."
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know.
Again, the same thing encompasses you dive in and you are completely engulfed and you can feel it squeezing against you. It's uncomfortable. It's not painful.
Have we had a long rest in the time I wasn't here?
Yes.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
That did happen.
I took a minute.
Ooh,
No,
it's
what are
okay. You
tapping?
passed. We'll just say you passed.
What are you tapping?
Yeah.
The fun morning roll.
Oh yeah.
You like as you like are getting just enveloped. Yes, surrender, hug, embrace the Oak Father, trust.
Trust in me.
Yeah. It is.
Greater good.
The greater good.
It is definitely unnerving for someone's first time doing this.
Karina really hates physical touch, so she's like, ah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's intense. And for a while, it's almost like a minute or two fully of you just engulfed, hugged,
She's
moved,
like, God, it's like
rising,
visiting Nana.
And
I feel
you
like there's something we forgot to tell them.
right at that, the ground drops out.
Yeah,
from
and as
underneath you.
Harold says that, thunk,
And you take 2 points of damage as you slam against the hard ground.
like just down, right on your tush.
Hopefully not on us.
That's what I forgot.
I look at Brunschlager. Guests first.
Hey guys,
All of this is unpleasant.
to tell you, there's a little bit of a fall at the end. Sorry, Karina.
Also, I love that Brunschlager doesn't know we have telepathic bond.
No, he is in it.
Okay, I was about to say, we're just like all deadly silent, and then Karina just dives in.
That happened yesterday.
That sounds fun. You know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Last week, everyone's having a telepath conversation, and just in the middle of it, Bruce goes, "You know I have telepathy, right? I know when people are talking in telepathy."
I was trying to be all smooth, laying out a bedroll.
But-
Yeah, I bust ass, and I'm like, oh, this place is beautiful.
But Harold tells you that, hey, there's a little bit of a drop at the end. Brunschlager, are you going in?
I hate every moment of this. Brunschlager steps in.
Okay. Same thing. As it engulfs you, it feels, even against the plate armor, although you don't feel it writhing against your skin, you can feel the armor, same for Sasha when you get in, as it moves and there's pressure and there's anywhere that there's chain instead of plate, you can feel an intense, like, engulf, like, pressure fully around your body.
Do the vines try to go under my armor?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
It's just hugging.
I had an issue with centipedes once.
Because you're surrendering. But because you know to expect the drop, you are able to expect the drop and
Superhero landing.
Yeah, you go. Superhero landing. And knowing that it is there, you do not fall onto the hard ground
You
unexpected.
gotta do the Black Widow hair toss.
Jesus.
Oh God, I gave her an idea.
But as you all land, you see
There's so much hair.
This grotto, this cave pocket that looks very akin to when you almost the beauty of like not as far much as Evermeet, but when you guys were in like the high forest
Yeah.
and things like that, this definitely feels like that, except you do not see like a bunch of trees. It's almost like there's this grove, and at the center is a singular great oak tree.
Renly would have loved this.
You notice as you approach a little bit closer, it's covered in old scars of the spell plague that ravished this area in times long past. One thing that stands out that's strange, though, especially in an area such as this, especially for a druid that knows that you don't really like metal, are rusted ship anchor chains tightly wrapped around the base of the tree.
What? That ship anchor
Yeah.
shouldn't be here.
No. What's it doing down here?
What are you all doing?
Is it magical? Can anyone tell us something is magical, Petunia? Petunia, can you detect magic?
Maybe we could just ask?
Is there anyone down here?
A tree.
The tree? Yeah. Cool, you reach out. The roots definitely reach out through this area, and you can get close enough to speak with the tree.
A tree?
Yes.
Firstly, do you have a name? I'm sorry, I'm so rude.
A name.
Okie.
Okie McOakface.
Okie Finoki.
I still remember a rap I wrote about Okie Finoki
Okie Finoki
in 5th grade.
Joe.
My God.
An old druidic word, which means great tree. Oh, great oak tree. Okie Finoki.
Pretty sure that means swamp.
We're not talking about swamps. No swamps. There are no more swamps in this world.
Well, it's an honor to meet you.
Are you a follower of Sylvanas?
I took a bump on the head some time ago, and I've lost a lot of my memories. So maybe I am.
Oh, you mortals are so fragile.
We are. Very much so. It's absolutely a scam. It's a scam, being mortal. I'm working on remedying it. First off, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
A-okay.
Good. Good. This ship anchor, where did this come from?
Oh. Do you know the druid of this grove?
I've heard of them and I thought I saw them, but...
They are here.
Oh,
I don't think they want to be noticed.
I'll do my best.
Are you telling us this?
Yeah, she's like echoing it the whole conversation.
I'm gonna look for hidden people using my rogue abilities.
Are you going to stealth or investigate?
It is actually an ability
Yeah, I was about to
have
say,
as
it's an
a-
ability you have.
Yeah, as a inquisitive rogue. Let me find eye for detail. I can make a perception check. I can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, or make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Okay. The first thing you notice is that there are a single set of footsteps. Possibly over multiple times, but everything matches one size.
Like they walk the exact same footprints?
No.
Okay.
But you see a path, but the footprints you see, they match identically, so you can assume
Okay.
that there's
only one
person that makes this path, this
Okay.
track.
I'm just gonna kind of casually follow him.
Okay. You see that it leads to the tree and begins to snake around to the other side. Do you continue going? Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
So the Druid of the Grove brought the anchor here.
Yes.
Was it a gift?
No. A binding. Elizira lost a lot.
What was the name?
What?
Elizira?
Why are you bound?
I am not.
So
Beyond my roots.
I'm sorry, I'm a little dim.
I'm not bound beyond my roots. I'm not a walking tree.
So if this anchor wasn't here, you'd be walking.
No. I'm saying I'm bound by my roots. I'm not bound by the chain. You asked if I was bound.
Yes, sorry. I was asking what the purpose of the anchor is here then, because it's metal. That's not really our thing.
No, but it's keeping this one still.
This one? Who's this one?
Perhaps you should speak to Elizira. I know not exactly who they are. They don't look like something I know.
Is Elizira the Druid of the Grove?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want this anchor removed?
When Elizira is done, I believe that she will remove it. That's what she has told me.
Okay, they've made a deal then. All right.
Oh, she tends to me very well.
Oh, good. That was going to be my primary concern. Is there anything we can offer you as a thanks for your hospitality?
Do you have fresh water? There is some groundwater here, but I'll always take more. Or if you can provide natural light. I gain enough sustenance from the fungi here, but my branches have not touched the sun in so long.
Hey, can any of you guys cast sunlight or some kind of natural light? One moment, I'm conferring with my compatriots.
And didn't you do something that cast a...
I can cast a spell called Daylight. It's not actual sunlight, but it looks like the sun.
The tree wants something like natural light or sun for growth.
Okay. I got it. I cast Daylight.
And you hear Karina like, this is so good.
Okay.
The wild nature of my growth bore me here.
Essentially, you hear the clanking of water and something like wood on wood, that like hollow
thunk.
Yeah,
thunk,
like a knock.
Kind of a bit, as like something is like, but in a sense, yeah. And then
Incoming.
hello? Who's there?
Hi.
In
it's-
Druidic, I'm going to call out her name. Just say
Elizira.
Elizira. Elizira, I am a fellow druid. Drawn here by our druidic nature.
And
There's hesitation, and you can hear like almost confusion and worry on the end of their breath.
you shouldn't be here. This land is cursed. It's not safe.
Then you're not safe. I'll switch to common so everyone can understand it now. Just wanted to establish druid to druid rapport.
I am fine. Oak Father protects me. Please leave.
Elizira, we're here to help.
Help in what? There's nothing to help here.
Help fight against what dwells in the waters.
Fight?
If that's what it comes down to, yes.
My friends are very strong.
I think you should leave. Thank you for your concern. We are good here.
You sound scared.
Elazira, we know what this town does to people. We don't hold that against anyone. We understand what's happening. You don't have to hide from us if that's what you're afraid of.
I don't. I don't.
You don't what?
I don't participate in that. You said you're here to help?
Yes.
Can you cure it?
Cure what?
The changes?
Anything you can tell us.
Yes.
We have someone in our party who can. She's currently up on the surface helping people in town.
And you're certain?
As certain as we can be with the current information we have.
You can fully change someone back?
We can't make any promises.
Because I can tell you right now, the gifts that the Oak Father has given me has not worked.
Have you ever heard of a spell called Restoration?
Yes, and it does not work.
All right. Has anyone tried to remove a curse?
I can assure you, I have exhausted every means.
I'm so sorry.
Won't you let us at least try? If we fail, then we don't have to darken your doorstep again, but wouldn't it be worth it to potentially succeed?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can she make it with advantage?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
because
Do you wanna,
Absolutely.
everything that you guys are
do
talking
you want to do
about.
both, or do you want me to do one and you do one?
What's your persuasion?
It's good.
Then we should probably each do one.
do that.
Yeah, plus
Because I only have a +1.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Sounds good.
Plus 8, 22.
I'll thank
22.
God.
What'd you get?
Lucky number 2.
Ooh, man.
Did you roll a natural one?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you can. I'm pretty sure you can re-roll that in the presence of Petunia.
Well, thank God.
Because.
Well, that was a scholarly 8.
Yeah,
still better.
there
it is.
Still better.
I think that's the first one of the night. Good job.
I'm rolling like shit tonight. I'm just looking at Brunschlager as I'm making these promises, just looking back to him like, I don't know.
Elzira,
And
if it helps.
Brunschlager back to Karina. What?
If it
Try and
helps.
help.
I understand what it is to be changed. When you come out and you see me, you'll see what I mean.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of that eye.
You all may approach. But if you bring harm, I will fight you.
We have no intention of doing that whatsoever.
Swear on my bird. And
You say that.
as a druid, you know swearing on my bird's big shit.
I know what you did last night.
You do.
We did that to protect someone. This one, actually. Turns out he didn't actually need us. He's pretty badass on his own.
That is
But
what I'm afraid of.
you're afraid of him.
I will move forward.
Okay.
You're afraid of
With
him,
my
or you're
hands
afraid of what we can do?
That's like it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
And there's no response, but you can kind of
Yeah.
pass motion.
as you reach and take a wider berth to see what is on the other side, you first see the woman in fully cloaked patchwork and ladling salt water onto something else that's at the tree, and you think to yourself at first, salt water upon a tree is bad.
Yeah.
And as you
Salt water is used building lighthouses.
hold on, so you get to the other side and you see that what is chained to the tree is another person. A sea spawn. Someone
Yep.
changed in the light of what caused
Yep,
the
yep.
destruction, not the small afflictions that it caused from the radiation of
They're
Right.
caring for a
scarring.
loved
Right.
one.
Who is
I
it?
was suspecting that.
Who is this?
You can see the eyes. Only thing visible is the eyes, covered head to toe. And you, now that you're closer, I mean, just bundled in layers and layers of.
And you see the sea spawn, this creature that's half human, half fish, not like a kuatoa, but the ones that are covered in barnacles and their neck filled out in gills and their eyes widened into the bulbous eyes, is just and just reaching out towards Elazira.
I immediately thought of Davy Jones's crew from
I know,
Pirates
right?
of the Caribbean.
I
Pretty much what they look like. I'm pretty
Yeah.
close, actually.
Yeah, that plus Innsmouth.
Yep.
I will put my shield on my back and holding my hands up, just kind of move forward and kneel down next to her. This is someone you care about.
It is. He is my old teacher. He was a father to me. He is a father.
If you don't mind, I would like to try something. I would like to cast protection from evil and good on him. See if maybe it can give him a moment of peace, of free mind. Have you tried that?
Give me a second, I'll tell you.
I don't know if druids get that, but
I can't remember.
well,
We don't.
okay.
And gives you a look that is worrisome and concerned.
She does see the smoke coming up, and
Yeah, but more so like you're asking to cast upon
Something,
this.
yeah.
Right after she said, if you cause harm, I will attack you. Before you do that, what are the rest of you doing?
Cast a cynic. I'm kidding.
damn it, Harold!
I guess it's like that joke's done.
Fireball.
All right.
Someone walks
No
into
such
a
thing
room,
as a bad
I cast death.
I'm just gonna kind of stay quiet and stay near Petunia. This seems much more their business at this point, and I'm just kind of like watching sadly.
Petunia, well, first, a question for the DMs. The spell create or destroy water, can that be salt water?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll probably like look around and be like, is there a reservoir you have around here? I know you see that you only have that one bucket. I could save you a few trips.
I only have. There's only fresh water that flows underground.
Oh, and then she's like, what do the cave walls look like exactly? Are they like just stone, dirt?
So they're stone, but they're covered in like moss and lichen and fungi, and the top canopy is overgrown with this glowing fungi. Forget the scientific word, but glowing fungi that is not like that weird
Bioluminescent.
blue or there you go. Thank you, bioluminescent. That weird blue or purple that most like underdark fungi is. This glows with almost like a natural light.
Okay.
What about stalagmites?
There are a few, yes. Both top and bottom.
I will go to the ones that are on the bottom where I can see them, because I assume that they're probably not as covered in growth as like the walls are, because I don't want to disturb any growth.
Yeah.
I guess before I would say that, I could make one. I could make a trough for you.
I will let you know that Petunia is smart enough to know that these are saltwater creatures, and to pull fresh water from the ground.
Wait. Sorry, I have mold earth.
Yeah, so do I. So you said I could do salt water as well,
Yes,
right?
you can. Yeah.
Yeah, I get where you. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making
Make
sure.
a tub.
No, it's all good. Yeah. You went to pulling water from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you were trying to just make a basin.
Sam.
Basin, right? That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for? Yeah. Okay.
Reservoir basin.
Yeah. Absolutely. And even with Karina and Petunia working together, can make a
'cause
one large enough to.
Because we can each make, I think it's like a 5-foot cube, so we could give them a 5x10 tub.
Nice.
Yeah. Because I can make up to 10 gallons.
Yep. And can easily working together can kind of right next to where she is if you want to make that little reservoir basin inset to then fill with water, so
Take a minute to do
doesn't
that.
have to walk up and out, get up, because it just seems like all she has is this small wooden bucket and that's it. And
My heart.
And
it's at this moment that you pick up the footprints. You see the blood trail of just because not wearing shoes and just the amount of times that she has walked back and forth.
I'm gonna cry for this woman.
you also can, passively insight pick up that the manner of how she reacted to your arrival, the shadiness of how she moved. Nobody else knows this person's here.
Yeah.
We won't tell anyone. No one needs to know you're here.
You're keeping them safe. That's admirable.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work. I haven't had a chance to do this.
Sylvanas teaches us to surrender to the chaos of nature and to not fight against the coming tides and changing seasons. But I must admit, I do not wish this affliction to disagree upon him. I'm willing to try anything because I believe this is not nature's doing.
This is not.
This is not natural.
It's not.
This is an abomination.
Yes, it is.
But I can't bring myself.
I know.
I have hope that there is a way to fix it.
May I?
And again, with worry, watching your every move allows you to do it.
Is there a specific kind of check you have to make with this?
He gets to make a save.
Okay.
And will.
Let me know if you make a check to try and
Got
cure
one?
anything.
Okay.
Already pulled up?
Because I can give you
No,
advantage
no,
on
that-
whatever
but I
skill
can
check
pull
you
it
need
up.
to do.
Got it.
And it's probably going to be good. What is the save?
There is no save.
Oh,
It's
no,
it's
no.
whatever it's trying to break free of,
Yeah. So
and it does work against aberrations.
yeah, it protects against aberrations. So we'll do with this is there will be a moment of reprieve as the primal nature kind of dwindles down, as the spell basically, and Brunschlager, you feel this from a psionic standpoint, that whatever the mental link that connected this creature to whatever mind connects these entities, that protection barrier has at least put up a temporary wall.
That
I'm so happy right now.
so as a mechanical question, when this ends, would they essentially have to make like
They'd
a
have-
con save,
They.
or the influence comes back?
It's possible. Oh wait, you're asking? No, never mind.
unsure. However, this is very powerful esoteric far realm type stuff.
Yeah,
and
I'll reiterate that it doesn't cure them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm asking because I can potentially help them hold on to it for up to an hour. I have the ability to give advantage on con checks, and they get temporary hit points with it. Which was my thought. Like, if she can see that, like, they're holding back, if she has, like, if she can gauge from the situation, I could give them a little something extra to give them a little more time.
Yeah.
This normally works for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's wisdom based.
I can also do wisdom.
Okay.
Enhance ability.
Yeah.
Hold on to it for now.
Okay.
It might come up to where casting it and choosing a certain thing depending on how things go.
Okay.
So just hang on to it for now.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
it's
know if it
cool
was
to-
something you guys would want me to say I'm doing before a situation arises.
We got what you're thinking, and I know you can literally choose any stat. So
Yeah.
depending on what you guys may need to do to delve into whatever it is you're gonna do,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind, and we'll be able to do that.
Can you understand me?
I know. Hold on. I'm sending a photo of what this creature looks like. Just
Let's take a look.
Oh,
seen it
by the
before.
way,
I know,
I
but-
decided to cast the create at 6th level, so it's, I believe, 10 extra gallons per level. If I'm
Okay.
incorrect. Which for a 5 foot is like barely, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, he ugly. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he
Although there might be good eating off those mollusks.
Stop that.
God.
Stop that.
You got a shucking knife.
Bootstraps.
Straps.
Responding dart.
Yeah, he can't speak, but I've never seen him this calm, so that did something.
Good. That's really good.
Is that... Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me...
How long has he been like this?
And you like almost like didn't quite hear you because you can see like,
Yeah.
like
Terry, can you hear me?
Terry.
It's me. It's Elazira.
You can see that there's recognition in his face, but it's faint, far.
Yeah.
But he's still in there. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
If only I could know what he was thinking.
Hey, I'm gonna cast Tech Thoughts.
There we go.
Yeah.
And you get first my mind. I can think. I don't hear it anymore.
I'm gonna talk to him via telepathy.
Okay.
What were you hearing?
Who's a new voice in my mind?
In front of you, big armor. You are among good company. I just want to know, what were you hearing before?
The creature that changed us.
What was it?
Its form, massive. The eldest.
How many eyes?
2.
Oh.
Just 2?
It a socket for a third, but it was removed.
There she goes.
What else does it look like?
I know not how much you know of water creatures, but its form aberrant, like a squid, a catfish, a shark, massive beyond the size of a kraken, fused with that defiles nature.
How did you become like this?
The light.
What light?
At first, we thought the gods were either going to bless us or bestow something grand. We looked in awe and then fear.
How long ago?
I know not time, but I feel like I should be old, and I'm not.
Do you know where?
I do, but if I get closer, whatever.
Just tell me.
Head north to where the water stills, not from air or wave. Where the water does not move. Sink deep and you will find the city it calls Saifu.
Do you know of a way to get there?
How long do I have? How long is
few
my
minutes.
mind mine?
DMs, can I say like 8 more safely?
Yeah, it's fine.
8 to 9 more minutes, so we must be quick.
I will let you know this. When we are changed, all creatures changed by the eldest are part of its mind. You've stopped it from hearing my thoughts now, and I its, but if it returns, it will know. And I not know if, when it returns, what I tell you now will retain in its memory, or if it only knows what is in the present. There are others like me. So many of Rasune changed, gone. Spawns of the eldest. Servants, fishmen, Kuatoa. At one point, there was other creatures, aberrant in form, hell-bent on treasure. More Koths, but I have not seen them in a while.
What were you doing when you were taken to be transformed?
I was in the city. I was spreading the growth, tending to the wild nature that was birthed around Brasune as the High Druid of the city. Illyria at the time, young, a childling, is taking care of me in this form.
Do you want me to tell her anything?
I don't want her to. She needs not take care of me any longer. It endangers her. If anyone else finds out, I fear what they might do. Fear that
Do you have anything aside from fear to pass on to her?
she's become a very strong druid. She's tried many times to save me.
Do you want her to kill off her hope?
No, I don't want to pain her so. That is her choice. But Sylvanas would pluck me like a weed in a garden. Although weeds are natural, you shouldn't do that.
Speak on it.
Some druidic advice, just...
Dude, I'm not wearing waterproof mascara. Shut up.
I will let you know there are many like the eldest. Many, many of them. No, who's that? What is that? There's someone else. Someone other than the eldest here.
And with that, the connection severs, and you immediately feel your spell drop.
God.
And you just see that, like,
And then just
goes
yeah.
limp.
I
still like breathing, but
Okay.
unconscious.
I reach an arm out to
and you see Elazira.
yeah.
What have you done?
Stop.
Nothing.
I'm gonna convey what he said to Elazira.
Okay.
Do you tell us the directions about going to where the water stops?
Not yet.
Okay.
And like says this and like goes to like go towards him, but then and then you start to basically relay everything that happened, Brunschlager, and just kind of stops.
He's still in there. I knew it. There is hope.
Yes, there is.
We can save him. We can save them. We just have to find a way.
We hope.
It may not happen
This is
today.
just a blight that we can cleanse.
It may not happen today. You understand that?
I understand.
Can you...
I have waited decades. This is...
Hope.
This is hope.
I still have detect magic on him.
Detect
thoughts on him.
Okay.
Do I hear anything?
Oh no!
Duly noted.
Oh no.
So
Alright, I got another one.
With that, there is no surface thoughts. Are you pushing deeper?
I'm gonna push deeper.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How many more times can I cast this? Oh, 3. Okay, yeah, you're good. Do you give us any warning that you're gonna do this?
The voice that you hear.
Hold on.
Real quick. I just whispered to Seisha with my actual mouth. Brace for the strange.
Protection from evil and good. So he can't be possessed.
Okay.
Braced.
As you push in, there is 2 things that you see. There is a black void with 2 massive eyes stacked on top of each other, and another harsh, almost like a scar where an eye should be. Just massive, like kind of taking up the large thing.
And you see something that is... There's also something that feels very strange within you.
Yeah?
Tight.
Don't mind me.
We're
I'm
clarifying something. Rune.
going
Yeah.
through stuff.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Hold on, I'm gonna send you a message. I'm gonna send you a message.
We need a clarification on something, but you may feel something extra. But as you're looking upon this creature, you see the front form that is like a building in size. Elongated, these tendrils wisping out, and you see those black giant orbs where there's a scarred one at the top. And this form does not float or fly around you. You feel yourself submerged in thick water. Completely submerged. And you look upon this creature. It does not swim around as it melds and fades like mechanical organics of an alien world surrounding you. The cave you find yourself is not of stone. It is not of this world. It is black and obsidian and rigid and feels like you're inside the belly of some creature and you're looking upon another that is forged and melded almost cybernetically and organically into this aboleth as a whole, as if the ship itself is now merged with this creature.
Oh, I hate this.
Thanks.
And you hear, as if speaking to you, you have this vision, and you know it is not of this time. As the creature speaks telepathically to you. And it is this gurgling bubble of deep speech, which Brunschlager does not understand. Yet,
I have tongues.
I know. Yet
Okay.
Yet the way it is being construed telepathically, and the person that is currently listening does understand. You do. And through this gurgle, you hear, "That which lurks has plans for this realm. Golor is destroyed, but still through the link of I had with its mind, through the ritual used to create the stone from, I have his 15,000 years of knowledge. It has helped the sovereignty find the Hex Locus, unlock the power of the spell plate with our symphony, showed us the key of stars, and where to open the living gate, and even find these shards of the source. Its knowledge has also illuminated me to where a Morkoth has finally foolishly found home back on this material plane. My eye, what you mortals call a dream heart. Acquire this for me, and I will help continue the spread of Gonadar's insatiable, vengeful hunger. You see, it is unaffected by saying this name. Or Brunschlager.
Yep.
With the eye, I will be at full power to repair this living ship. With it restored and imbued with this ancient crystal's power, I can find new universes to control and to consume. And in this moment, Brunschlager, you gain Okay, go. That's fine. There's another vision that.
Sorry, not a vision. There is like as this courses and the form of these three eyes, this memory kind of ripples and pushes away as you see a singular octagon begin to form and trace and intricately patterned that forms an eye, and then that eye opens and you hear this ethereal voice. There you are, Brunschlager. You have been looking for answers. Come and find enlightenment. I will be waiting. And with that, you are shunted out of the mind of this creature.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, go ahead and make
Yeah, saw that coming.
a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
Yes. Make a sanity save first, and then a wisdom save.
Remind me on the rules for a sanity save.
So the sanity is the average modifier of your intelligence and wisdom base.
Great. I love that for me.
Yours is a +5.
Yep, I love that you're making me do this.
+3, because you are within 10 feet of me.
So +8.
I love that this is happening. I
And
have
you
no
cannot be
regrets about...
frightened, by the way.
Oh, I know. I already couldn't.
Oh, well.
And I also have wheel if you need an extra d6.
That's a 26.
Ooh.
Good.
Never mind, you're fine.
Upon looking, for looking upon the nightmarish form that whatever the hell that creature was, you are mentally unaffected. What is your wisdom save?
Let's find out, friend.
Brunschlager's going to be the most mentally stable person in this party.
Buddy, I got an 18.
Do you need any more?
Is that a pat? Oh, wait, I forgot the +3 from Seisha.
+3?
That's
That
a
is
21.
21.
You do anything?
Do you want more?
Does that pass or fail?
I can neither confirm.
I have to give it to you
nor
before
deny.
they tell me.
Nope. Fortune from the many. If I miss an attack roll or fail a saving throw,
Okay,
I can
so
gain a bonus.
got it. For whatever Karina wants to do, that'll have to be before we say yes or no. And then
Gotcha.
what you do will be after we say yes or no.
What are you trying to do, Karina?
I have wheel, which will give you an extra d6.
Oh, I'll take it. I don't trust these two. They had a puppet earlier.
Add 4.
Add 4.
25.
Your
Does
instincts
25
are
pass
good.
or fail?
With that, it passes.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Not going to tell you what the DC was, but with the 25, it passes.
That was.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, guys. It's only 25.
Didn't say that.
It's definitely only 25.
It could be no other number.
Can I put a phrase into this guy's head for whatever creature is talking to him to find later on?
Sure.
Great. Can I pair that with an intimidation check?
You want to intimidate the voice that talked to you?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you can most certainly try.
Great. That's going to be... Ooh, I don't like that as much. That's going to be a solid 18.
Okay.
I love my bonuses. I'm just going to speak back. I hope you have good answers for me. Enlightenment means nothing against the rock.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no response.
Oh, I know. I'm leaving a message.
Yeah.
Just dropping casual threats on the Eldritch Being's voicemail.
So, what's everybody else doing? Brunschlager, are you conveying any of this information?
You should really convey the thing about the water.
I'm going to look at the non-party druid in the room and go, I have to tell a lot of things for a lot of stuff that I have just learned from him and 2 things that were inside of him. Do you want to be privy to this, or do you want to be safe from this?
I want to be safe from this. If
Excellent.
it is beyond this, I do not want to know in case I need to be able to care for him.
Smart.
Understood.
But thank you. I really do hope that what you learned will be able to help us. But know that it has been well over 50 years since I was even able to see a look of recognition. Thank you for giving me this hope.
It gave us hope too.
No matter what the body does, his mind is still in there.
Then may you walk Sylvanus' leaves to find that which you need. May your flowers bloom full and bright. And may your path be clear.
But with that, Brunschlager, you can telepathically give that information.
Just a huge info dump.
Got it? Sounds great.
Fuck yeah.
As you say gone, Seisha stops you. Do not say
What?
that name. Do not say that
What
name.
name?
Gaunadar.
Close
Is
enough.
this a name forbidden to you?
This is a name that will draw the attention of the thing we call the Elder Eye, and it will hurt you. Don't say that name. It will draw his attention to us, and we do not want that drawn down here. Not with these 2.
I will not offend your faith. I will avoid the name.
Thank you.
I continue on with what's been going on.
And you guys can walk and talk and are actually lifted up if you want to leave.
Yeah. The person I was talking to earlier, the fisher, she said that the water is thick like a jelly, and this massive evil fish thing lives in the jelly water, but that as you sail towards it, once you get a certain distance away from it, your boat will just stop.
I've moved through that water.
And I think that might be what they mean by go where the water stops. Meaning we're going to have to go find this thing, but we're going to have to sail out there until our ship stops.
When you get near an aboleth, the water thickens. I remember moving through it.
I remember that.
You weren't with us.
Yeah, we fought an aboleth. His abs were
you
ridiculous.
here?
I got swallowed and then shat out.
Oh.
That absolutely happened.
What the fuck?
I completely forgot you were with
I
us.
came
at that
out
point.
his butthole with Abe.
Wow.
No,
I
it
only
wasn't
have an
Abe.
aboleth.
Who was I with?
I don't think you were here for the Golor fight.
No.
It wasn't Golor.
No, it was.
We fought
you're
an
thinking-
aboleth where
it
the
wasn't
water.
that wasn't an aboleth.
You're
Well,
thinking
the water got thick though when we were there. There was
There-
something that swallowed me, and the water was thick.
That was the internal, yes?
No,
that was...
because I tried swimming out and the water was too thick.
I know that wasn't an
For me to get
aboleth.
through.
was a
That
purple
was
worm.
a sea monster.
Nope, it's a purple worm.
That was it.
Oh, okay.
That was
Yep.
it.
Yep, and it was the acid of the stomach that you were trying to swim out of.
There was also the megalodon that was
That's
The
sent
what I was
out.
megalodon.
thinking of.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
of.
yeah.
That's what I was
That's
thinking
That's right,
of.
the megalodon.
That was corrupted by the far realm because
Mm-hmm.
the body that Zelopharn let fall into Umberlee's cache. There's a
Yeah, I remember that. I couldn't swim through the water.
Here's the thing. If they know what Golor knew, they know a lot about us. They won't know about you, and they won't know about you, Brunschlager. But they'll know me and Harold.
You guys are pretty famous. I just assume everybody knows who you are, good and bad.
I was
You're really that famous?
buddies with Golor.
Well,
for
like
a
your
while.
mom is a
very
looks at Brunschlager.
very powerful woman.
A very important woman.
Yeah.
She's well known.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you said the name or not. They would have phased past me.
There's your mom is a good lady.
But
Amazing.
I think you guys walking and talking, sitting with this information, you might want to sit on it for like a week. Because I think this is a great time.
I took 5 pages of notes tonight.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 pages of notes.
Yes, that's the
To
most.
end
And
the-
I've got
her
notes
right.
to go back and rewatch things.
To end the story for tonight's episode.
Yeah, I think we'll pick up with you filling in, Orkira, what you learned, and where to go next week with just me.
Boom,
No,
boom, boom.
last time I died.
Times it's torture
Wait,
dust.
wait a minute. Last time it was just you. We fought Golor, didn't we? No, we fought Severin. That's right, Severin
Yes.
Salosian. Yeah.
That,
Okay, I
that
feel
caused
better.
the megalodon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel better though.
The megalodon was Dustin's doing.
Yeah, no, he killed me with Severin.
It was good. But
Goals.
if you haven't entered already, enter hashtag Eldritch. We're pulling 2 winners tonight because
Yep.
we weren't able to do it last week.
Correct. We'll pull those winners any minute now.
So much good information. Thank you. This was a delicious lore dump.
Interacting with the NPC.
Yes.
So hopefully, a lot to process and even more because there's still 2 more means to, or there's still a means to words to read in the scars. That.
Right. Yeah, there's still information to glean from the ruins.
Yeah.
If you so
Spells I
wish.
can cast, and I probably should soon.
Just gonna grab the back of Petunia's head and like read.
All right, we have our winners for the Eldritch Foundry giveaways.
My other hand will be on Harold's face.
The first winner is Fluffy Boy 24.
Yeehaw!
And the second one is Tanis4. Congrats. Congrats to you guys. Well, I'll be in touch via Twitch Whispers, so please make sure that those are open and available for me to send you messages so I can send you your gift card. Thank you all so much for staying with us tonight, and can't wait to see what happens next week.
And the following canonical one-shot
Canonical one-shot, indeed.
after that. But yes, be excellent to each other.
And may you always roll with advantage.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye.